Well, hello there to whoever's listening. Please don't click off. I forgot to record an intro, so here you go. Me and my friend, me and my friend got in a call. I guess I should introduce you to who my friend is. Lounge Act. He runs his own channel. What does he do? I guess sort of video essays, that type of stuff. But yeah, I think in this we go into anime, we go into music, bands, what else? DUNE, movies. Don't know if I'll ever do another podcast type thing or super large video like this, but there's this for now. Okay, we're good. Whatever. Should we even have an intro or?
I mean, whatever you want to do, man.
No, we're good with this. Okay. I don't know. The first thing I want to talk about, or the first thing I was thinking about is, how many animes have you watched this past year?
I don't think. I recently finished rewatching Gurren Lagann, but that's like but that was like I don't know. It was with like a friend, so like I don't really even know if I like count that then. Like it's not really anime that like I actually like sat down and watched on my own.
And like wanted to watch.
Yeah, or like I wanted to watch it, but that was because like I just wanted to watch like a show with my friend. And same, we also rewatched like last year. Or no, I guess it was kind of No, it was last year. Like all of Hunter x Hunter. I watched it, I rewatched it, and then he watched it for the first time. So, but I actually read all of Hunter x Hunter, the manga, for the first time last year. And I actually finished reading Naruto. I actually read Naruto for the first time last year, too. But that like since then, I have not read like any manga, or like even watched really any anime. Like I don't even really like the only manga I keep up with weekly is Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. I'm trying to think about the manga. Yeah, I guess for me it's pretty much Chainsaw Man, but when it comes to anime, I've kind of dipped out. Like I watched Grave of the Fireflies, that movie, pretty much for a video, just rewatching it this year. Hellsing, I thought that was actually a pretty good one. And recently I'm trying to get through Solo Leveling, but I've just been getting sidetracked and
I don't know. You're not really missing much with that one, to be honest.
Well, I've been saying I want to do a video on it and stuff, so pretty much just for a video. But also one of my friends was talking to me about it, so I'm like, yeah, I'll try. But yeah, no, I've just noticed like these past 4 years, I haven't been into like anime as much as I used to be before. I don't know, whenever.
I think I first got into anime 4 years ago, to be honest. Like
Dang.
for the past for two, I think like I definitely just like I haven't. It's not that like I haven't like I'm like I'm like grown out of anime. I definitely don't think I've grown. I just watched so much anime for like 2 years straight. Had an anime channel. Like I've pretty much like almost watched like all of the anime and like read all of the manga that I want. Like plus like even anime, like I can't really like watch anime necessarily. Like even like I just can't stand like pacing wise. Like I'd so much rather read the manga. Like 10 episodes of anime to me sounds so long, whereas like 10 volumes of manga, like I can just fly through.
Bro, I feel that so hard. Now I'm still pretty big on like reading manga and all that. Like I just read 2-3 series on Webtoon or something. They're all right.
Yeah,
probably gotta make videos on them too.
I think probably the last anime I watched was the Dandadan anime and caught up with the Dandadan manga.
I forget if I watched that. I think I watched Dandadan last year and Baccano. Have you ever seen Baccano?
It sounds familiar. I don't think I've watched it though.
It's like some weird time travel. Well, maybe not time travel, but I don't know. It's a really weird one. It feels like there's just 10 main characters all in this one really fast-paced, literally a train ride of an anime. It's so weird. And there's like murders. It's kind of like murder mystery type. It's honestly, out of all the anime I've watched in a while, that one would be a good one to recommend.
Okay, interesting. I just don't. I also just. I don't know. I don't say that I've like grown. I just definitely like. I don't know. I just don't really like read or like watch as much because I like got so into it that like I do kind of like have this problem where I do burn myself out with stuff like pretty easily by just like going like at it as hard and like as fast as I can and just not really like I don't know. I think like all I watched and read was manga and anime for like 2 years solid, and then now I've definitely like gotten into like I'm more like kind of into like reading actual books now, and I've really gotten into movies over the past year and stuff. So I think it's like maybe like, but I'll definitely like probably like have another phase where I just watch like a ton of anime then. But I feel like I've just almost watched like everything I want to watch. Like I've read and watched all the like the big three, like all like almost like every like popular series, like or any series you can name. I've probably watched it, like any like iconic one.
Yeah, well, for me, when I was growing up, like, I got into it pretty young when I was, like, 13. I remember I'd be in my room just watching Naruto all day.
Yeah,
Naruto.
I always
Hunter
thought anime
Hunter.
was like weird. I hated like people who I thought anime was weird until like sophomore year of high school. So I didn't have any of
Dang.
that growing. Yeah, no, it was like it was pretty late. But that's also like kind of after like COVID hit and everybody kind of started watching
Oh.
it. And it was when like Demon Slayer was like popping off, JJK was around, and then I
Mm-hmm.
think Chainsaw Man. I first started with One Piece. One Piece I remember. So I started with, and then eventually Chainsaw Man and stuff.
Oh, my gosh. You got into it not
Super
that
late.
long ago. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it's long ago, but in my head, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
When COVID hit, I was already like reading. No, I was already watching anime. I think I read through Tokyo Ghoul. That's my favorite manga,
Mm.
definitely. I read through Tokyo Ghoul. I was watching a whole bunch of anime before COVID, but once COVID hit, I think I started reading the Demon Slayer manga, and I just like ever since then I've been into manga, very heavily invested in stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like I won't ever grow out of anime or anything, but it's more so just I don't know. I'm kind of just like letting things build up, and I'm not really too invested in every new show that comes out. But I feel like eventually I'm gonna have a few months where I'm just gonna get back into binging a whole bunch of shows, and
Yeah.
just new stuff that's coming out.
It felt like it was like I think I can't remember what year it was. It was like 2023 or 2024 was like when there were like so many anime that came out like in just kind of one year. Like I don't exact. I think it was 2023 when like it was like JJK season 2, Demon Slayer, and like Free Rin and like just so much other stuff. And then like the year after there just wasn't really anything. But I remember like just like that year like banger after banger of anime and like just kind of interesting to like see definitely like there's a lot of like animes like cool now in a way. Like
Yeah,
there's just
yeah.
like
I feel
dudes
like
who you never would have
yeah, the
thought have
community.
watched anime and then I like they show them it's like yeah I've watched Attack on Titan and stuff.
Yeah, like the culture around it has kind of changed. I feel like.
Yeah, like it's definitely
Well, I
also
feel
like
like
kind of like TikTok I think has done a lot with like edits and stuff like that. Like
oh yeah,
there's so many dudes who
just
only
opening
consume
up people.
shows through like edits. And it's a little bit annoying when you like try to talk to him. It's like, oh, I saw an edit of that. He's like overpowered and stuff. So,
There's no way there are people like that.
dude, you
There's no
have
way.
no fucking clue how bad it is to the amount of people that only like consume horror movies through like fucking YouTube videos or like every time I try to it's like, oh yeah, I
Oh,
watched
like
this movie. It's
story
like, oh, I watched it.
recaps or something.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video like analysis of that. Like the analysis and the like it's not a fucking analysis when you're just repeating the script. The like script of the movie. I don't know.
I feel like in my videos, I really was hard on myself for doing that, but
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
too.
I don't know. I need to give people at least some sort of context as to what I'm talking about. Then I could try and like, analyze the characters. But yeah,
Yeah.
when you're straight up just repeating a whole story, that's kind of like I'm I don't know, that's not really the stuff I'd watch. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it's a little rich for me to say that because like my most viewed video, I've kind of gone like over the years now. I've like realized like I was kind of just doing that with that video, the no longer human video. So I guess I can't really.
I love
like,
the
speak on...
like just the atmosphere of that video, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that's, like, cool. Like, I'm looking at now, I'm like, dude, I did, like, nothing, like, editing-wise. But it took me a long time because it was, like, a 42-minute video, and I was in high school. And that, like, story, like, I mean, I actually, like, I read the book for the story. I, like, also read all of the variations of the different adaptations of the manga and, like, anime it has. And I, like, really dived into it. But in the end, I'm like, I could have done so much more of this video. And
yeah, no.
And there's so many comments I get on it now. It's like, man, this video made me really depressed and stuff. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I've always wanted to make, like, a follow-up to that video. Like, kind of, like, being like, hey, this was, like, the actual message of the story that, like, I wasn't, like, really, like, literate enough to, like, comprehend. And, like, being like, man, hey, like, it's, like, life isn't all this and shit like that. But
no, an anime that is like that. Have you seen Grave of the Fireflies?
No, I've always wanted to though, but I know it's like not
man,
like a super
like,
easy watch.
No, it's not. It's every single time I've watched it, I've cried,
Yeah,
and
no.
I don't want to spoil things too much, but it's like about these kids in
I know what it is
World War
about
II.
because like when I was in like 8th grade, like our teacher like showed us like clips from it because she wasn't allowed to show us the full movie, but like when we were going over World War II and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, she used like her whole thing is like the real victims of war isn't like
that's
people. It's
that's
like
definitely what it
like civilians
like,
and like everyday like people working class and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Smart teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it just left me devastated after I watched it. Oh, I watched this like this one called When the Flowers Bloom or something like that. Like
That sounds familiar.
It's like free on YouTube or something, but or when I think I'm gonna make a video on it too. But it's just that made me cry. I don't know. It's so weird. I have to tell you about it some other time. But yeah, no anime. Familiar. Bro, I'm having a brain fart. No, I've been thinking this whole time about what you were saying about people watching stuff through clips. I swear I've seen like 2 movies on YouTube Shorts just cut up and then like just randomly strolling.
I kind of try not to do that. Like I like promise to like I can't watch like the YouTube video essays about this movie until I've like actually watched the movie.
And speaking about movies, bro, Dune.
How far are you?
All right,
in
so
Dune?
Did you read the?
Okay, so I want
the
like or the Dune books. I know you've been reading the Dune books. How far are you in the Dune books?
I got to the 5th book, and I'm on like chapter or page 500.
Oh shoot! Okay, you're way farther than me. Yeah, I only like ever got halfway through Children of Dune. Okay.
I feel like, I mean, these were the first books I've read in like years, since like probably high school, but they're so fun and so cool. And
dude,
like,
they're so
oh my
good.
gosh, there's this one character. All I'll say is his name, Miles Tegg. If you ever get to Heretics of Dune, he's probably the coolest character I've seen. He's very honorable. He sort of reminds me of like someone like Zora from One Piece.
Huh.
He's just so awesome, bro.
But yeah, I think
so you're in.
I am okay, so it was last year kind of around when Dune Part 2 was almost coming out. I watched the first Dune movie. I don't think I really like cared for it because I was just kind of like that's when like HBO Max was doing their thing of releasing it same day in theater and on their streaming service. So I kind of just watched like the first Dune. I was like, this is whatever. Then I was like, maybe I should go back and rewatch that because I've heard Dune Part 2 is really good. And they rewatched the first movie. I was like, okay, I like this a lot more. And then we actually watched it. I watched it while I was on vacation, and like just at night one time. And then I'm like, okay, like tomorrow I have like a super long ass drive back to my home. I should just like get the Dune like Kindle book and I'll just read the rest of it. I read through the entire book in like 2 days. That's all I did was that. Like when I wasn't reading it, I was listening to the audiobook for it, like all 800 pages.
Bro, that's sick.
Yeah,
no, that's a good. I think it was last year when part 2 of Dune released. I was so lucky that I watched the first movie when that was coming out because I was so hyped for that first movie. I don't know why. Something clicked, and then I was ready for the second movie. Watched the second movie. I'm like, oh hell yeah! And then I saw. I think I remember seeing you talking about the books. So I looked into the books, and yeah, it's been the only thing I've been reading since like the start of the year. Is Dune.
That's sick. Yeah, they're not. The first book, Dune book, I read through Messiah. It took me a little bit because I definitely like burned, like what I was saying, like I go at stuff really hard. I burned myself out with it really bad, like just reading all of it in like 2 days, and then like all of Messiah in like 1 day and stuff.
Dang.
Yeah,
no, I've been taking my time with it, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely should do that more. I definitely will want to get, but I was also like, I think I was like long book burnt out because I had also just read through the entire Song of Ice and Fire series, the Game of Thrones books, and those are like more than 1,000 pages long each of the 5 books. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't read those.
Those are like my favorite. Like the entire like universe of that series is like my favorite like world of all time. It's so like there's this book called have you ever heard of House of the Dragon, like the spin-off show for it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, they loosely based it off of like one section from a book that's basically like just an in-universe history book, and it's super long. It is still it's just written like a long ass Wikipedia article. And it's still so interesting. It's just so interesting to like learn about the world and like watch theory videos on the world and stuff as much as it is to like read the books and stuff. It's so fun. It's awesome.
Man, that sounds like it'd be awesome to get invested into.
Yeah. It's hard to get invested in Game of Thrones because the show ends with a fucking stinker, but
I've watched Game of Thrones.
Oh, you have?
I think all the way
okay.
Through. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. So you know at least what I'm talking about then.
Yeah. I liked how all the like different forces and different nations eventually somehow end up colliding and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, like that was like those books like kind of just stole so much from Dune also. Like when you like think it, like Edward Stark. I mean, like Ed Stark is like. I mean, like he's a little bit more nobler than Leto Atreides and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Leto.
Whereas I do think it was kind of interesting, like reading the Dune books and like how Leto is portrayed a little bit differently in the movie than he was in the books and stuff like that.
I don't know if I even noticed that. I just really like the story of Paul Atreides and stuff, and then what's been really cool to me is, well, I guess this is kind of spoilers. Spoiler warning, is how there are like time skips in between the books. So
the first book has a ton of time skips.
Then from chapter or Children of Dune to what is it? God Emperor of Dune.
I know that there's a long like 1,000-year like something time skip.
3,000-year time skip. Oh my gosh. And now I'm gonna be as vague as possible, but now in Heretics of Dune, like I think there's another time skip like of 1,000 years, but it's just so interesting how the story went from, like the story of a herald, Paul Atreides and stuff, and like him rising up on Arrakis on Dune, and becoming king or whatever of the galaxy or whatever. And then it shifts from that to a story about just about so much. There's a lot into it. I definitely need to write something maybe once I finish reading all the books, I'll really get into it and really focus on the themes. That's another thing is I heard people talking about all the themes and like all these different things you could compare, make comparisons from the books into like real life, like social economic issues and all that.
Oh
And
well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's like very based off of like real world events and stuff like that. I know
yeah.
like Frank Herbert like spent a lot of time, I think like in like in the middle like Middle Eastern countries and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't like. There's also like I think even I saw a post the other day that was like rewatching like the Phantom Menace Star Wars, and it's like it was kind of interesting how they like did it about like
Oh.
there's like trade lines and stuff, and then you start watching, it's like wait, this is just fucking Dune. Like George Lucas just
Yeah,
like took Dune and like made it into like some his like Star Wars.
I think I read somewhere like what Frank Herbert thought of Star Wars, because I think it was just coming out, or the books were out or whatever when he made them or something. I don't know if there's books. I've never watched a Star Wars movie too.
Oh what? Oh,
Or
dude,
read
that's
anything.
crazy that like that's so crazy to me that there are people like that have never watched Star Wars. I honestly would like be kind of awesome to be in your shoes to watch those movies because those movies have been like a part of my like life since like I can like remember. Like I don't remember a time where I haven't. I feel like I just like was born and I had already known everything about Star Wars. Like Star Wars and Marvel was like my two like favorite things like when I was like growing up and stuff. That's crazy. You should
Yeah,
you
no, I'm not
definitely
gonna
should.
lie.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
Star Wars has been on like my watch later list since I've been in like middle school.
No, that's
So,
crazy.
yeah, definitely sometime.
How the hell do you?
Although
go out
Marvel,
without
I
Star
watched.
Wars?
I've been watching that since the Captain America movie.
Yeah,
I remember seeing
know.
that in theaters when I was like in elementary school. And ever since, I've watched like every single Marvel movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else like Dune like kind of ripped off Dune. What did Dune? There's like so much others because I like when I like mentioned in my video, like whereas like Dune kind of feels like progenitor, like what I call like progenitor like media and stuff, where it's like this would be like the pillar that every other story would grow
Yeah,
out
like
of.
a whole bunch of sci-fi stories.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like or not even just sci-fi, just like in general about like you know, I don't know, like just about like usually like you can always find like stuff like usually it's like spice about like these like trade wars and stuff like that. Like yeah, like Mad Max and stuff like that, like Avatar and like all of this like other stuff. Yeah, like yeah, so that, like especially like Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Fallout, like there's so much stuff that like yeah, Star Trek. I mean like it also did just
honestly,
like create sci-fi as a genre as well, so
I think we're living in Dune right now.
for the most
With the
part,
AI.
yeah.
You remember the Brutalarian, how do you pronounce it? Jihad?
Yeah,
Jihad.
the Butlerian. I think it's. I don't actually. That's kind of hard about like when you're reading books that like and
Yeah.
because you just don't know. Like you just kind of pronounce stuff in your head how it is, and then like somebody tells you, you're like, no, that's not how it's pronounced. Why are you saying it like that? So maybe I've always pronounced it as Butlerian Jihad.
That sounds a lot better, Butlerian Jihad.
But yeah,
Jihad.
about the whole
Jihad.
idea of the thinking machines and stuff like that, and then we have
AI
Max.
computers we're gonna go to war. They're gonna enslave us, and then we're gonna have a revolt against them.
Do you think you're gonna read like his son's books about that?
I saw like 20 other Dune books, and I won't lie. After I finish this series, I probably won't touch Dune
Yeah,
again.
they're-
At least for a long time.
I haven't heard.
Because there's
great
other
things
books I
about-
bought.
I haven't heard great things about them because they were written by like his son, and he like kind of changed
Yeah.
a lot of the like mythos and stuff like that to kind of just be like a lot more. Because they made a Dune spinoff show. Did you ever see the Dune Prophecy show on HBO Max?
I saw like a trailer for
Yeah,
that.
I don't think
a while
nobody
ago.
watched it. It's kind of crazy how like this just came and went. Like I didn't like care to watch it because it was based off of like I've heard it was pretty mediocre, but like also what it was based off was pretty mediocre as well. So it's like based off the well they changed the name. They call it like the Great like Robot Wars. They don't call it like the Butlerian Jihad and stuff. Because that's what it's based off is like that part of the Dune lore. But it's kind of weird because like in the movies they don't really like go into any of that. Like they just have Thufir Hawat and he's just kind of there. You don't really know what he does. in the movies.
Oh
at
yeah, the
least.
mentats.
Yeah, it's like, who is this guy? Like, but they never go into like the whole idea of like thinking machine, because you can just watch those movies without even noticing like that they don't have like AI or like robots and stuff.
I don't know. Now that you mention it, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Did you ever hear about like
It's all in
the
the little
Alejandro
details.
Jodorowsky's Dune?
I've seen like the two other movies. Well, I didn't see them. I saw like clips of both of them. They
No,
look pretty.
no, that's the David Lynch Dune. I'm talking about the one that never got made.
Oh,
The one that like it's like
there's
the
a
most
fourth one.
famous movie. No. It was like original. It was the original like when Dune first kind of came out. There was this like filmmaker guy named Alejandro Jodorowsky. He's made a bunch of other movies, but he tried to make a Dune movie, and like it was supposed to be like this like 4 hour like psychedelic like crazy movie that they like storyboarded with like comic book art like and all of this stuff. It would have been like the most expensive movie to ever be made, and like it was kind of, there's like a whole
Dang.
documentary on it. It's like super interesting. It's like the most, it's called like, yeah, like the most influential movie that was never made, because like it was kind of just infamous for a lot of that. And like a lot of the people like H.R. Giger was originally supposed to design like a lot of the art for like the Harkonnens and like the sandworms and stuff like that.
And that was the dude from the you were talking about, the Alien films.
Yeah, because Alien originally, that's what I talked about in the video, is that like, so originally like Alejandro Jodorowsky, like he had like this whole team of dudes that like he was gonna make the movies with, and then like the movie got canceled and never picked up funding, and then like Ridley Scott came in. It's like, hey, do you guys want to make like another sci-fi movie, like with like H.R. Giger and like Scott Bannon and all these other people? And it's like, yeah, sure. And then they made like the best movie of all time, Alien. So
Nah, psychedelic and Dune. That sounds like a psychedelic movie that would have fit perfectly.
the story
That's
would
kinda
have been
like my
very
picture in my mind
different. The
went.
story would have been very different.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that's true.
He would have. He
That's
was going to
definitely
change
true.
a lot. So I don't think it would have been that. I honestly don't think it would have been that great of a movie if it were ever made. But it's more, the story about it's more interesting than probably the actual movie. It was supposed to like
Yeah,
had like a crazy cast too. Like Andro Yoda. He was like, his son was supposed to play Paul, and like he trained his son in like knife fighting for like 3 years straight for the
oh my
movie.
gosh.
And Orson Welles was supposed to play like Paul Atreides and stuff.
Bro,
It was
I'd
kind
be
of crazy.
pissed off if I was that guy's son. 3 years of my life knife
Yeah.
fighting. I mean, I guess it does sound like a kind of cool skill to have, but
Yeah, no.
that's
And
kind of odd.
but did you ever watch the David Lynch Dune before? The first ever Dune movie?
No, I've only seen the new ones with
Yeah.
what's his name?
Denis Villeneuve, yeah. Yeah, I watched that movie because I watched all of David Lynch's movies. Man, that movie sucks. It's so bad. It's just like a gigantic like checklist of like Dune. They're kind of like hitting. And it's like weird. And, like like they do have like some characters from Messiah for some. I don't know. It's really especially for David Lynch, who's like probably my favorite filmmaker, one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. David Lynch, like Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive, like all these like other movies. Like he was. It's definitely, he like has like denounced the film. He like says like he doesn't want it considered as his movie, and like it's what like inspired him to like never like give studios, like he always wants like final say in like the cut and stuff. I don't know. I like David Lynch a lot, but yeah, that movie was awful.
Does David Lynch have any other movies you've watched?
Dude,
I don't really know my directors or anything.
I'm surprised you haven't heard that. No, this is like David Lynch. He's like the like psychedelic horror, like he's the horror guy. Like he like every like video game, like almost every like movie or like horror movie you've watched is probably like you ever heard of like Twin Peaks before?
I've heard of that, yeah.
Okay, like yeah, Mulholland
watched it.
Drive, Eraserhead, Blue Velvet, Elephant Man, Inland Empire. No, he is like the main, all of his movies are like the main inspiration behind like Silent Hill and stuff like he is like he kind of invented psychological horror and like horror that was more than just like a jump scare. Like his movies are, his movies are like my favorite movies of all time.
Well, you learn something new every day. David Lynch.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'm surprised
Dune
you didn't hear
introduced me
about
to
it. Oh yeah,
Timothy Chalamet.
oh
He's one of my
okay.
favorite actors now.
What else have you seen him
I
in?
don't know if that's
That's
huh?
his name, yeah.
I've watched the what is it the what I'm gonna watch the Wonderland or Willy Wonka whatever, but also I guess the only other movie I've seen him in is what's that, the Bob Dylan movie.
A Complete
I
Unknown,
forget what it's
yeah.
called. Yeah, that introduced me to Bob Dylan too, so I've been listening
Yeah, he's
to
kind of
his
interesting
music.
because he feels like there's not really like many like movie stars. I mean, I guess there's like people like Chris Evans and stuff, but like I don't know. There's like not really any like dudes like Tom Cruise and stuff nowadays who can like who are
Yeah,
born who can like
yeah.
actually act and stuff, and are like in like so like Call Me by Your Name, like Little Women and stuff like that. So I think all these other like yeah. I at first I didn't really care for him, and then like I kind of got more. It's like, oh, this is like he's like one of like kind of like the last dudes who's like an actual actor.
Yes, sir. Love to see it. I don't know. I'm not really into. I don't watch a whole bunch of movies, surprisingly.
Okay, or that's
I
like what I
guess.
like. That's what I'm like going to school for and stuff. So it's kind of like comes with the
Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta at least enjoy
yeah
it to want to
yeah.
go into it, probably.
But
But video games, you were talking about one earlier, the
yeah,
one where you literally have to beat. It sounds like some sort of creepy pasta almost.
dude, it's
I won't
but
lie.
it's like I like when it like it's Deadlock, but when that game comes out, it will be the biggest thing. I guarantee you. Like it's just like one of those things like once you get into it, like it's like addicting. Like the fact that I haven't played like a game of it today like feels weird. It's like a multiplayer, it's a MOBA hero shooter. Do you know what like a MOBA is and stuff?
No.
It's like
Inform me.
it's like it's League of Legends and Dota. Those are two MOBAs where you kind of start off weak, but like as the match, you're supposed to basically like destroy like the enemy base and stuff. It's a lot more like it's like you like have you ever played like Overwatch, like Marvel Rivals and stuff, where like you usually have
A
like an
little bit of
objective,
Overwatch, yeah.
but it's like more like but and then like you slowly like you're also supposed to like gain these things like in League it's like coins and stuff where you slowly like build up your character with like different like builds and items and stuff like that. Like but like League is like in Dota are like 2D. This is like a 3D third person hero shooter version of that. And it has probably like the best movement I've ever had like in a game since like Titanfall though. Like it's just so fun to like move around the map and like shoot people and stuff.
I It sounds very strategic.
It is
I've
it's
I
very strategic. Yeah, I was on like I had like I think like net negative 50 wins I think because I just didn't understand the game. I'd never played a MOBA before, like never gotten into League or anything. But then, like once like it's just like once you start getting good at it and like start figuring it out, it clicks and it's so much fun.
One thing I do want to figure out, because when I was talking to some of my friends or like just some coworkers I meet sometimes about video games, I've really realized how like not closeted, but just how I've pretty much stuck to like the same 5 games all throughout my life growing up. What, Minecraft, Call of Duty, Fortnite when that came
Yeah.
out. I think I played Portal, Goat Simulator, a little bit of Roblox, and Left 4 Dead. But other than that, I've never really stepped outside. I think Rocket League, but I haven't really stepped outside of those games pretty much all my life.
Do you mean more
So I
like
was,
single player games and stuff? Like that's
yeah. I don't really like play a whole bunch of single player games.
okay, yeah,
Now that I
because that's
think
like
about it.
almost
Like
exclusively what I play. Like Deadlock is the first multiplayer game I've gone into in like forever.
like the last time I played a single player game and actually had a lot of fun with it was probably the only time was like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That one's an
Okay.
awesome one.
Yeah.
I was
That's
just
like,
wondering what sort of games did you grow up with when you kind of played all the
I
time.
think like I definitely grew up with a lot of like basic ones. Like I like the first like console I think I ever had was like a Wii. and it was like
Yes, sir.
like but it was mainly like a lot of like Mario and Zelda games on there. So I think I kind of got like the single player like stuff early. Like my favorite like Nintendo game for the longest time was Mario Galaxy, and I would just play that so much. That game was so the game definitely like that game like going back is like has like a super like interesting like atmosphere. It has like a very like for a Mario game it's like kind of like weird and like eerie but like almost like comforting lonely at like certain times. Like the music and like the vibes of that game are so interesting. I think that kind of like I always thought like I was crazy. I'm like this game like feels so different, and then like I started like seeing other people saying it's like yeah that game would like kind of creep the shit out of me like sometimes, like when I was younger, and I was like oh okay,
From Mario.
dude it's
The only
so
time I
interesting.
remember.
Like none of the other like Mario games have that. It just like has like such an interesting like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. I
It
don't
was
want to
Mario
say it's
Galaxy.
almost like I almost want to say it's like Silent Hill in the terms of like comforting horror, but I
Oh my
don't.
God.
But like I don't know. I don't know. People get like angry whenever you compare Silent Hill to anything. So
Silent Hill of Mario.
yeah, but
Crazy.
yeah. And after that, it was like I got an Xbox 360 and we played. I played a lot of games on that. Like, but that was kind of the first time I got into multiplayer games. It was like Call of Duty. I didn't play much Call of Duty, but I played a lot of Halo 3 and stuff.
Oh yeah, I love Halo.
And then
I haven't played. I'm gonna replay some pretty soon.
dude, those games have
I
aged
know I want to play
so
Reach.
so well. Like they're like not like they're just like dude, they just don't make video games like these anymore.
I
Like
remember I watched like a 7-hour YouTube video of the whole lore of all the Halo, like 5 Halo games or something.
yeah.
It's so good.
But I think like Terraria was like probably like my favorite game on the Xbox
Don't.
360.
Oh man.
My brother would just play that game. Like we didn't really. I think that game is so fun to just like. I like tried to get into
Run
recently, like
around and-
replay it, but I'm like this just doesn't feel the same. Like probably like just 'cause I'm not like a kid anymore and stuff. But like I've never
Mhm.
really cared for survival games. That's like the like. But I don't know, Terraria is more like an adventure type thing than survival. But that was like just so much fun to like build and like go on like looking up and like talking to my friends who are playing it too, like oh you haven't seen like the moon god and like all these like crazy bosses and stuff.
Yeah, Jeff the Killer was in there trying
Yeah.
to tickle your booty cheeks. Probably they probably
Oh.
added that sometime.
Yeah, or like all these like crazy and then like you have to like go on like the wiki to like find recipes
Yeah,
for all this
oh.
stuff.
Yep.
Dude, that was fun. Those are yeah. Like
I've
that
seen
was-
like mods on it too, where people just make it crazier or harder. Such a weird little game. Pretty
Forza
cool.
Horizon was another one I really liked on the Xbox 360. The like
Racing.
racing, yeah, it wasn't even the racing. It was just like it was open world, and I would just drive around.
That's literally all I did on GTA 5. I never played the story mode for any of the
Really? Okay.
GTAs, but I'd just hop on GTA and drive around and try and go on, like, fly off the mountain. That's in that game. I wonder when GTA 6 is going to come out.
Next year supposedly.
I've
They
seen
have a release
so
date
many-
for next year. It got delayed. It was supposed to be this year, but it got like delayed, so it's like early next year, like May next year. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, they're waiting until we all get drafted, then we're gonna then they're gonna release. Dear
Yeah.
Lord. Oh my God.
Yeah. What? Because
I
you
was
said,
gonna
like, you
ask.
usually like, or what are you gonna ask?
What's one of the best consoles to that kind of has the most? Because I know Zelda is, there's the N64 or whatever or for Ocarina, and
Like you
I was
wanna
wondering
play
what
Nintendo
console.
games?
Well, I really want to get into Zelda. I played Breath of the Wild like two years ago now. Got really into that, but trying to emulate it and stuff on PC, I can't figure it out. So I'm like, I kind of just want to go and buy a console to play some Zelda games. I don't want to go and buy like 50 of them.
Okay, so this is a harder question than you think it is. Like
Yeah.
the most obvious answer would be a Switch 2. Because like it had, and then you just get like this Nintendo Online subscription that has a bunch of like the older games on there, but those aren't like the best way to play those games, especially because like when it comes to like Wind Waker, they don't have the HD version of that game on the, or like, Carol, let me show you, like, let's just kind of show you, let me send you Wind Waker HD versus GameCube to show you like the crazy differences. Let me find
Yeah, because after Breath of the Wild, I was trying to finally play Ocarina.
Oh, you played Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, I played Breath of the Wild first.
I mean, you can play like so many like games just on your Switch One, because they're like here. This is kind of like on the left is the HD version, and on the right is like the old GameCube. But
the left HD, right?
The left is like the Wii U HD re-release. Like where it's like a lot like greener and like it looks like versus the right, it has like this kind of like dark sort of like. It's definitely like I don't know, but there's also but the problem is like the Switch only has like the original GameCube version. They never like ported the Wii U version over, but it's also just genuinely the best answer though is just emulate it. Like that's like here like like if you have you ever like looked up like a guide for the especially when it comes to like N64 stuff, it's super easy to emulate some of that stuff. Like like Nintendo, if you want to play like the original like Ocarina of Time, like it's pretty easy. It's a lot easier once you kind of like, especially Wii U emulation is actually pretty easy. Wii U has a lot of the, like the HD versions of the games. Like if you want to, like I would definitely just emulate. Emulation works the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I was looking into it and I was just so weirded out by how Nintendo, like, for me, my first consoles were like Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and you know you have all the games on there, so many games, so you don't really have to.
Backwards compatible.
Keep buying
and
a
stuff.
whole bunch of. Yeah. I was kind of weirded out by how Nintendo does it.
Yeah, no, Nintendo's annoying, but yeah, like even like I like played through a lot of them on, like on my Wii. Like they had the Wii, they had like where you could play a lot of the older games too, because a lot of them were backwards compatible and stuff, and even like the Wii U is like backwards compatible, which sucks. But definitely like I would just like if you have like or even get like a Switch 2, because I like got a Switch 2 and I've been playing like Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong game that came out last night most of the morning. So
does Switch 2 have a whole bunch of backwards compatible or like
it's backwards compatible with Switch 1, and they also have like a whole they basically like have like an emulator on the Switch for a bunch of their old games. But again, it's like not the best version of those games and stuff, and like they only have some of them, whereas they don't have others, and like they don't control the best on there. So you just kind of have to pick and choose. But definitely, like, if you just want to, like, play them, like, without doing emulation, just get, like, a Switch and then, like, a Nintendo Online subscription to get that stuff.
Yeah, one game I definitely need to play soon is Tears of the Kingdom 2. Still haven't played that one yet.
Oh, really? That one was so good. That one was so good. I, like, got that, I had to pay, like, a $10 upgrade for my Switch 2. But it does feel weird to even the original Breath of the Wild, like it feels like almost like gross to be playing it at like 60 frames per second and like 1080 and at like HD, like on handheld, and it looks so good because I'm like this doesn't feel right. I'm used to like the frame dropping to like 17 whenever I like and there's like the render distance is so much farther. Like it's like this like it feels like weird. I'm like this is like there's like some sort of like black magic that like I'm messing with the dark arts, and Nintendo's gonna come and like chop my head off because I'm doing this. But it's neat. Tears of the Kingdom is fun because you can like the building stuff is like was my favorite part of that. Because I didn't really like Breath of the Wild that much, but like I definitely liked Tears of the Kingdom way better.
I'll be honest. I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I've just been. My sleeping schedule has been so whack. I won't lie. You ever get really into Minecraft? I feel like everyone has had at least one Minecraft phase.
Yeah. Like I got
younger.
Really like it was kind of like I didn't really play it like at all like when it was like big, and then but when it had the big revival era when like PewDiePie started when I was like in like middle school and stuff. And like I got we all of our, me and my friends, we had like a big server and stuff, and I was like the redstone guy. and and like I got like really, because I was always good at like the like computer and like coding stuff, so like I really like the mumbo jumbo videos and stuff. Like I got really into doing redstone stuff. Like
All
I
the
was like
yeah.
I like set up like a bank in our server where you could like I would like loan you diamonds, but like you could automatically come and like get it based off the amount of diamonds you enter in. I was like using like redstone hoppers and like compoderators and stuff. I was able to like read. I don't think I could do any of that stuff now. Like there's just so much stuff.
Yeah,
there's
that's
so much, and it changes with every update too. And that was also on like Bedrock when and like for some reason like Bedrock Redstone is like, I think the best way to put it is like 2 + 2 = 4. But sometimes it will just randomly equal 5, and it will just do something that, like, why did you do that? It's like the game doesn't know itself. It's weird, but it's fun. It was fun.
That's some straight up black magic. Redstone, no.
I mean, I also edit for like a former Minecraft streamer from the Dream SMP, so. Connery, I should probably say not one of the ones that was a pedophile. Not one of the ones that was a pedophile. I probably should clarify that.
Oh man, yeah, no, I got into Minecraft when I was like, what, like maybe in first grade? No, whenever the 2012, the original, like one of the first Xbox 360 editions, released. That's when I got into it. I've just been with it ever since. Like I don't really play it all that much now, but I've just seen how it's changed all throughout the years. It's so weird just seeing so many different timelines and YouTubers and people just pop up with it and go away, then come back, or I don't know. I thought it was interesting, but also it's just I forget where I'm going with this.
First things I did when I got my new PC, like I finally got this like nice, like super duped out PC. The first thing I did was finally like figure out how to install a RTX, those like high fidelity lighting graphics like mod things for Minecraft, like all those like super like the water looks like super pristine and realistic and stuff. Like you always see on this YouTube. That was the first thing I did. Like I didn't even play it. Like I was like, I just want, like, this is something I've always wanted to be able to do, and that was kind of neat.
Yeah, no, but I was just thinking when I saw that one girl talking about Final Fantasy. I was trying to talk to her about Call of Duty a little bit, and she just pretty much said that she never played any like Call of Duties, or was never into it. So I was like, just thinking, there's a whole bunch of games that you would think, because they're so popular, a whole bunch of people would have played when they were growing up or something, but sometimes
I
just people miss out.
I didn't really get a lot of that stuff until like later, kind of when COVID hit, because there was this thing called like Xbox Game Pass. Xbox had where you could just like get so many games for like pretty cheap, and like I just played through so many of my favorite games like ever now, like even like the Metal Gear Solid games. Like because I played 5 on Xbox Game Pass, and I got really into and they had like the originals on stuff, and I got really into those on that. And the Souls, some of this, like even like the Souls games were on there, and I got really into those. Like even the original Final Fantasy VII was on Game Pass for a time, and I played it through there, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever go back and finish Final Fantasy VII or play Rebirth, or I tried playing the original at first.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
I just learned that I don't like, even when it comes to movies, I don't like older stuff. Like,
you kind of have to build a tolerance to it, I've realized. Like you kind of have to deal with the bullshit. It's like, oh, okay, this game doesn't have autosave. All right, I got to learn how to do that and stuff. But that's why like emulation is so much better though, because like it does, then you can just install a mod that has all the newer stuff, and like can kind of like skate around all the bullshit and the bugs and stuff. But yeah, you definitely have to build a tolerance up for that.
I was to start, this was like 2 months ago, I was to start Final Fantasy X, because it looks like such a cool atmosphere, and I've heard the story is really good. So I was starting to play it, and I really hate the system, like combat system and stuff.
Yeah, I've never been a turn-based, especially Final Fantasy. I'm gonna be honest. There's in the newer remasters, You click the sticks. There's a cheat code, or there's not even a cheat code. You just click like one of the button sticks. You can skip the battles. I'm gonna be honest, because I hate the idea of, especially in those older games, where you have to grind for just like hours straight, just fighting the same 3 fucking monsters the entire.
I don't know
show. I think it's like because like back when you played this, like you were like 8 years old back when like people played this and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's the only game you have for like months at a time.
And then like you were also a kid and you had infinite free time and stuff. So like it's like it does add the experience. Like you feel like you're actually getting stronger. It's like, dude, like whenever these older games have so much bullshit where you just get stuck on it, and then it's like, oh yeah, spend like an extra like 20 hours playing our game, and then it's like I want to get on with the story so much, and like I hate the grinding because it interrupts the pacing. Like I played I didn't really get far in the Rebirth version. I didn't really love the Final Fantasy VII remake that much, especially compared to the original. But Rebirth, like Final Fantasy the remake had so much pacing issues. I'm like, dude, like the original the remake is just like a small portion of the original game. Like, dude, I just want to go through. Like they added so much unnecessary stuff, but like Rebirth actually has like, if you skip all of the side quests, you just don't do anything, perfect pacing. There's never a dull moment in the story for Rebirth. So Rebirth is a lot better, honestly. It goes by so much faster.
Yeah, no, when I was playing Remake, it just felt like it was kind of dragged out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but...
You're not... Because, like, that's, like, they split... Yeah, like, the Remake is, like... This is like 3 parts. So yeah, that like originally it takes place in like the city part. Like the city part was only like maybe the first like 5 or 6 hours of the original game, and then it's an open world game from there, kind of in a way.
You ever play Pokemon? The whole grind, like that's the only like RPG type of game I ever played where you just sit down and grind. I don't know how I played it when I was.
Oh, Pokemon was like different
like a freshman.
For a lot of people. But I never cared for I never really got into Pokemon before. Like, there's so much like Pokemon terminology people use. It's like just gibberish.
I don't know. I played like one game, but I never really got into the community around it. And honestly, even today, I probably wouldn't even get into it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I never like. There are some turn-based games that I like. I like the turn-based games that end up more being just puzzles than like actual like. Based on how much health you have and how much damage you do. That's like stat. I don't like stat-based turn-based games, basically.
Yeah.
Because you always have to end up grinding and that. I like Fear and Hunger, where it's more of like a puzzle that you have to do to figure it out. There's also, have you heard of Expedition 33, this new game that came out like this year?
I've seen a little bit about it.
Yeah, that game has like probably the best turn-based ever. Because it has a parry option. So like you like and normally in games like when you get hit by like in turn based, like you can like you just get hit, that's whatever. But in this game you can actually like dodge it, or even better, parry and hit back and like get some of your magic back, and like, and then you can also like build into like characters. Like it's almost like kind of a puzzle depending on like what you want, like figuring out what each character in your party does and like how to like use their systems. Like it's so like at first like you're just constantly getting hit because you don't know like all the attack patterns, but once you start like parrying, it feels so good. It's just so satisfying. And the story is very, I'm not like all the way through it because I definitely played a little bit late kind of after it came out because I was like playing something else at the time, but that is like the best turn-based like ever, I think.
When did that one come out?
A couple months ago.
Couple months.
It's like definitely like a lot of people are saying like this is like the game of the generation.
Ooh.
But like I don't really agree for this on the story the most. I think the gameplay is really fun. It was made by like a small French developers. Like there's only like 30 people who made it, and they had like almost no experience. Like the dude that makes the soundtrack, they just found him on SoundCloud one time. And like the lady who like wrote like all like the lead writer they found was like a fan fiction writer, and it's like some of the best music and writing I've ever had in a video game before. So
Freddy Fazbear comes and stops World War II. Or not, that's what I'd read. Now that's pretty cool. That sounds pretty sick. I did start playing. Was it finally? I kind of put a pause on it because I have so many other projects going on. But Elden Ring, finally started playing that. I got to just before. I don't know. I got really sidetracked in it, just going
Well,
around.
that's how you play the game. Like you don't play that. You're not supposed to play that game like going forward. Like the
like
the best part of the game
or something.
The best part of that game is the exploration. Like you are missing out so much if like you don't like do any of like the optional stuff.
There's so much, like, I know because this was how it was when I was with Breath of the Wild. Like, if I just kept exploring the world and doing side quests and stuff, I already dumped like 50 hours into it, and I barely even got. Well, no, I got through a decent amount of the story in Breath of the Wild. But if it's gonna be the same way for me that Breath of the Wild was, Elden Ring is gonna take me so long.
Yeah. Oh, you have the DLC
stuff
to do now though. Like my like first playthroughs, I never had to do. The DLC is its own fucking beast.
Night Rain or whatever.
No, that's like the spin-off like multiplayer game, like the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
But yeah,
no, I just got to the castle, like where you're fighting that one. What's his name?
Margit. So the first boss.
Yeah,
in the
Margit.
game.
I just beat Margit.
Oh, okay,
But
okay, yeah.
before that,
Margit's honestly a lot harder than most of the bosses later down the line. So.
It's just so fun leveling up, and like that's a game where I'm like, yeah, I'll go kill like these giants real quick, level up, then come back to this fight.
You have not seen anything if you're only at Margit though. There is so
does it just
much.
Get better and better?
It gets like that like for me is the game of the generation, I feel.
Honestly, yeah.
That's like that is like probably my favorite experience was when it first came out. Like that's my favorite experience I've ever had. Like I don't think it's the best Souls game. It's probably not my favorite Souls game. It's the best like first time I played that game was like the best experience I've ever had with like anything ever. Like when it first came out, like nobody knew jack shit. So people were posting all of the crazy stuff. Like me and my friends were like sending each other like a group chat, like all like the crazy stuff. Like I found like this way you can like get to the end of the game like by like opening a random ass chest. And, like you're so under level you can't do anything about it. But we're like, what the heck? The game is like, and then like the map like you have not seen how big the map is yet in that game. Like, cause it doesn't show you how big, how like far it go, how big that map gets. Especially when you get to the. Have you found the underground sections?
The underground section.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't think I have.
There is. Okay, I don't want to say anything yet. Let's just say there's a whole nother map that you have not. There's. I don't want to say. And then you get into the DLC, and the DLC is. Is basically just like a whole nother game. So
yeah, no. Ooh.
It's
I
awesome,
want to like
though.
just no life it and then sink a whole year of my life and no. Just sink myself into it, but eventually I don't know.
That's what I did with Death Stranding.
I do want to put
recently.
it off, but I don't.
That's what I did with Death Stranding 2 recently. It was just like no life and like played through that game for like 2 days straight till I get to the end.
I think the only other game I've really, well, actually no, I guess two. I've been obsessed with this one game called Descenders, because like I'm really in real life. I'm really into like skate park, action sports, biking, skateboarding, scootering, whatever. As long as I can ride it, ripstick. I haven't rode one of those yet, but that's this one. But there's this one game called Descenders where it's like a mountain bike.
Oh yeah,
you ever played Skate 3?
Oh dude, that was like I don't know why I didn't mention that for the Xbox 360 games. That was like one of my favorite games on the Xbox 360. I used to be like a skater kid when I was like younger too. So.
Yes, sir.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
This game. This is like the bike game that like. Oh yeah, this is the biking game. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've been just playing that for the like whenever I just want to turn my mind off and just kind of chill out. I'll
like listen to a podcast.
Throw that on and
listen to like podcasts and music. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what everybody kind of has to have. Like usually at the same time I have like a single player like game where like I don't listen to like stuff like this, like my full attention because of the story. But at the same time, I
Yeah,
also have
yeah.
like a Marvel Rivals or a Deadlock where like this is
Mm-hmm.
like my multiplayer game that I can just like chill out for a little
Be
bit.
brain
But
dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Other than that, the other game I was gonna say, this one game on PS4, I haven't touched it in a while. It's kind of like a rogue. I think it's what you would call roguelike. I'm not sure. Skull, I think it's called. It's
Skull.
very. I feel like it's very niche and very like
Oh,
underground, I guess.
I think I've seen this is
But
like the
you kind
Hollow
of just
Knight.
start off as. It's a lot of RNG. You like spawn in and you gotta go through these like levels and get
Huh.
stronger as you progress.
Have you ever played
It's
any other
very.
roguelikes before?
I think I bought the Binding of Isaac.
Uh,
I can't even remember, but I think I'm gonna try and play that.
I
I
never
forgot.
really,
I saw the Masked Man playing it one time. So
yeah, I never really got into Binding of Isaac, but what was like probably my favorite roguelike. There's I like card like the Balatro. Oh, Hades. That's like the best roguelike you could like I've ever played.
I think I saw. So yeah, I saw that on
Those
PS4 or
games are
something.
so much fun. Those games are like the best roguelikes like ever. Like I would definitely like if you like that, like try that. That and Dead Cells. Those two are like the best roguelikes.
Bro, Hades and Dead Cell.
Dead Cells, yeah.
Dead Cells. How about any? What is it? Resident Evils.
Yeah, are you looking to get into like horror games and stuff?
Maybe. Eh, I don't know. I played Resident Evil, the one with the family, like six or
Seven,
Biohazard.
seven. Yeah, that's my. That was the first one. That was the first horror game I'd ever played.
Oh my
That
gosh!
game. That was like the first horror. Like I never like watched like a horror movie before. Like I avoided a lot of that stuff. Like I don't know why. It was like on Game Pass at one point, and I was like, maybe I'll try this. Like that. It's just it was so scary. Like I just never had
I just
like
remember like being in the basement and the dude brings down a chainsaw or something.
like it's like so
It's so memorable.
like that's still like my favorite horror. Like that's still my favorite Resident Evil. Even like I mean like it's very different from a lot the other Resident
Hmm.
Evil. The other Resident Evils are much more like survival horror and like they're a lot more gamey and like less horror focused than Resident Evil 7 is. But
I really
yeah.
like the kind of the story, I guess. Like I don't know how revolutionary it is, but just like the little twists with the family, like how they're
Yeah.
not all freaking evil demonic demons
Yeah, I
running
like
around,
that.
and
There were nine's
they're all
coming out.
just sweet.
Nine's coming out like I think next year. But yeah,
And
there's
give me, I bought like a couple random games from a pawn shop when I first bought my PS4.
okay.
I
Like
think I
which
have like,
Resident Evils?
I need to see.
Because there are some stinkers in that franchise.
So I have only like one Resident Evil 6
Ugh.
for the PS,
Worst.
which
worst,
I have no idea.
Worst one. Worst one by far. It's not. It's like it's not really a horror game. It's like they had like this weird. Capcom had this weird era where they like wanted to make like the next Call of Duty, so like they turned all of their franchises into like Western action games, and like that one's yeah. I would definitely start with like I don't know, but like the other like the Resident Evil 2 remake, that one's like the more horror-y like one. And but it's more about like the
Evil
map
2.
and like backtracking and like solving puzzles a lot more than Resident Evil 7 is. The Resident Evil 4 remake, that Resident Evil 4 is an action game. It's not a horror game. It's like an action game. But it's still like one of the best games ever made. So if you're looking for more horror stuff, I would definitely like do Resident Evil 2 remake.
Also, your video on Silent Hill wants me, or made me want to get into that too.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just
That,
about
like,
to say.
just
If
the
you
whole
want,
thing with the
like,
trauma and stuff.
Silent
like,
Hill is like a
reflected
little
through the
bit
world.
less like it's not like as scary per se. It's just more trying to
Just
mess with your
atmosphere.
head. Yeah, it's more like like David Lynch was like the key inspiration for or like The Shining with like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining and stuff. Like it's more just trying to mess with you, but I love those games so much. Like you can play the best way to play 2 is like the enhanced like mod edition. Like it's super easy to set up and like a fan made like version of the game that's like it's like the best version of the game. So like if you ever want to get or even the remake was really good. The remake completely blew me away by how good of Silent Hill 2. So if you want to, yeah, I would definitely start with like either Silent Hill 2 the original or the remake. It's kind of your choice.
Well, whenever I'm bored, now I have probably too many games to play.
Oh, you'll
to
get
sink
through
some
it.
hours into.
When you get into video games, like once you get into like single player games, like that's when it gets really. But that's like mainly what I play. So.
Bro, I just remember like 2 years ago when I was first started Breath of the Wild, I was like, oh, this looks interesting, and then next thing I know, all I do is go to work, come home, play games, go to bed,
yeah,
and then repeat.
Yeah,
I was locked in.
I'm trying to. I haven't really, but I've been more like doing like movie stuff like recently, but like I haven't like done a whole ton. I just like I definitely played a lot of video games last year, like making like videos about it too. Like, but the last kind of like, other than like Death Stranding 2, the last single player game I played was I finally, after like years of like hearing about it and like just being like a cultural like icon, was I finished Undertale.
Oh my gosh, I don't really have anything to say about it besides I haven't ever touched it, but is it good?
It's so good. It is one of the best games ever made. Like I did not go into I expecting it to like be like a fun like kind of jokey memey game. It is so fucking good.
I just remembered the whole Sans meme or
dude, Sand like it doesn't even like oh god, that game is like there it's like it breaks the fourth wall, and like it's a video game. Like it uses like this is a story that like the story it tells like is a story that could exist, like it couldn't exist in any other medium but a video game. Like it couldn't be an anime, a TV show, like it could only be like a video game the way it tells its story. And
dude, you should totally start a YouTube channel and like make a video on that or something.
Dude, I did. I had a video drafted up. I
you
got a
did?
little undertailed out, I think, because I played like I just like that game, like it's only 5 hours long. I ended up putting 22 hours into it because there's like multiple ways you can replay the game with like different story. Or it's basically like it's kind of how like I think I told you about Fate Stay Night and stuff, and how like there's the different routes with those with that anime, and like the different alternate universe depending on like the choices you make, or I guess like or in the anime there's different routes and stuff in the anime. Or different versions, alternate universes of like different events and stuff. Like that's Undertale, but yeah, no, I kind of, especially because Undertale was like kind of weird. I always had like a weird relationship with it because when it came out when I was in like 6th grade and it hit like every nerdy elementary kid like crack cocaine, and every single like half my friends are like. They made Pyrus their whole personality. I thought it was so annoying. I'm like, dude, I'm never playing this game. It's so dumb and stupid. Then I play it, I'm like, dude, I would have been one of those kids had I played this around the time. I would have been so fucking annoying.
I just remember in band class, all the weird kids.
Oh,
I mean, there's
dude.
a whole bunch of weird kids in band, but
oh, well, that's
it'd all be like
I was a
doing the
band
whole
kid. I played the
Megalovania.
saxophone, yeah, but yeah, it's Megalovania.
I played
dude.
trombone.
Oh, I played trombone for a little bit, and they switched to saxophone. But yeah, I'm trying to think what I was gonna say, dude. Even like it does it's so interesting though, because like for Undertale, like it's just like the community for it isn't like really a lot of, like people like just grew up and stuff, but like it's so interesting to like there's like all these like like there were all like. So there's like these videos of like these like fan animations have like hundreds of millions of views, like 300 million views. Like, it's just crazy. And then like they're also like these super like well made like alternate universe fan comics. Like there's just so much like fan art out there. That's originally was my video was going to be about, like just all of like the lost sea of fan content out there.
I would have never even heard of this, because like I just remember seeing it being popular, but I didn't think it was this popular. Dude, I didn't think people were this obsessed with it.
Oh, dude, it's like it was like the Undertale community was like known for being like also like very like hostile to people who didn't like it. There was also a like, okay, I'll put it into perspective a little bit better. There's like this like random like kind of, I think it's like kind of like glitch character that appears in like like you can only like there's only a 1 in a 100th chance that it will appear in your playthrough. And like he's just like this random like ghost dude. He doesn't talk to you. He just stands there looking at you. It's kind of weird and eerie. You move on. He is one of the most like he is one of the most popular characters in the community, because there's
no way.
Like, dude, there is a fan animation of him. He's barely in the game. He's like not, and there's a fan animation of like a fight of him. It has 41 million views. A character that has no. Well, I'm underselling him a little bit. Like WD Gaster, for anybody like, you know, then they'll know like the name and stuff. Like there's like some stuff about, I don't know, because there's also Deltarune, which is I
heard that, yeah,
sequel, like Steel Ball Run style alternate universe. Like I know that those.
Ooh.
It's like, because it's like alternate universe where like a lot of the characters have like rearranged names and stuff. It's very like, yeah, like Steel Ball Run and stuff. So I didn't play it because I definitely got Undertaled out, but I definitely want to play those games one day too. Because technically the game's not finished. Like they're still like making. Toby Fox is still making it, but.
I'm gonna throw my pen. Steel Ball Run is. No, I just had. Wait. I just had something I needed to write down, then I forgot about it. Steel Ball Run. Something about Steel Ball Run. Well, I know the anime for Steel Ball Run's coming out. That's like the one anime that I'm actually gonna sit down and.
Oh, I can't wait
right as soon as it comes out, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I hope that Netflix doesn't like do weird shit with that one again.
Yeah, what was up with Stone Ocean? Like, all I remember is something about release dates.
Batch release, so like Netflix is still super adamant on their like binge model, where like they want to release everything at once, all the episodes at once. You know, it doesn't really like it's just, the whole thing about like a lot of people don't really like it, and I don't really like it because like the weekly release is honestly so much better for like a viewing experience, because then you can talk about people with it and stuff and like slowly build up the hype. But like Netflix is like really like, it's like, no, we want to like have like our binge where you can watch it all at once. Like, so they released like the first 12 episodes in a batch. And, like, that's what like you talk about anybody who's like a fan of the anime. It's like, yeah, I watched the first 12 episodes. Like I never watched the rest of Stone Ocean because it took them 9 months to release the next batch. And then like the final batch came out after like 3 months, but like, and also the animation for Stone Ocean like wasn't like really nearly as good compared to like especially near the end. The animation for Stone Ocean is really good for the ending and stuff, but like not nearly as good as part 5 was. And like there's a lot of like theories that like Netflix like kind of was weird with like the funding and like the stuff like that, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I never really watched Stone Ocean, I won't lie.
Yeah, you're not.
I think I watched I've binged JoJo'S, like the manga, then I watched the anime up to part 5 because part 5 was what was out, I think.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I'm gonna go and watch part 6 sometime, but if they do part 7 Steel Ball Run, if they do it dirty,
yeah, we still don't know who's like distributing it.
That's my favorite part.
We still know who's distributing it and stuff, so it might not be Netflix this time. Hopefully not. But Netflix has also like they actually like have started now doing like weekly releases for a lot of their anime. So I definitely do think like even if it is released on Netflix, I don't think that they'll do a batch release again because how badly that went the last time.
Oh man. I think I guess transitioning now. What? How long have we been talking about games for like past
Oh,
half
I don't
hour?
even know.
JoJo's. Was it what got me into rock music?
Well, that was certainly. I think that was probably for both of us. Like, because that was how like I like started like listening to a lot of like the references and stuff. So that definitely like got me into a lot of that.
I think I saw Santana, and I started listening to him. But if it wasn't that, then it was a coworker. No, there's this one, Chop Suey by System of a
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's this one cover song from it by this other artist. What's his
Was
name?
it
He's
Lil Uzi or
Lil
was it,
Uzi
yeah,
Vert.
Uzi.
Yeah.
I remember the chop
and,
suit. Yeah, the Uzi cover.
and everyone loved it so much and praised him for his beautiful cover. And so, no, I think you could go on the comments now probably and find like at least the top 5 will be some some stupid ass shit. But no, so I heard that, but I actually kind of liked parts of it, like parts you would hear in the original. And so then I went and listened to the original finally after a while. I was like, this is pretty interesting sound. I listened to what's been on the radio. I think in middle school, ever since middle school, the only other artist I was actually listening to regularly was this one guy named Garden, Guardin, like sad boy type rapper, whatever. But he has some good songs.
Yeah, I think I kind of got into it like because of. Okay, like I was like kind of like through middle school and like early high school, like I think I just didn't really listen to music. Like, and even what I did was like just like basic bitch like Imagine Dragons. Like I had the most plain fucking music taste of all time.
Don't even get me started on Imagine Dragons.
Dude, and
Thunder.
like it's
Thunder.
Looking back on it, like some of my old plays, like oh god, I just like didn't like I would just put this on like when like friends were in my car, like just so like because I just didn't really listen to music.
Yes, sir. The white girl music.
Yeah, and then it was until Guilty Gear, those games which are like famous for their rock soundtrack. I really liked that soundtrack. The soundtracks from those, they're I don't know if you ever heard of Guilty Gear. They're like the fighting game series. You've definitely seen.
I heard of it.
Okay, yeah,
Never
those were like
it.
my favorite games. I got really into like that, and then I kind of got more into rock, and then JoJo's when I started like I think it was like King Crimson was like one of the first I like heard this song and I was like on one of Hamon Beat, like the YouTuber dude who does like the JoJo. Yeah. I was like, this song sounds kind of interesting, so I started listening to it, and I got really like into rock music. It's kind of funny because I don't know, King Crimson is like more like progressive, definitely not like nowhere near more like conventional rock and stuff. But like to what I like,
I don't think I've listened to King Crimson yet.
Really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think JoJo's really got me into rock music. I think the only artist I listened to from that was Santana. But System of a Down, I listened to all their albums after hearing Chop Suey.
Okay.
I had that band like on repeat for 2023 summer throughout 2023. Then it was Foo Fighters. I don't even know how I really got into them, but I got into Foo Fighters, and now I'm just like really into 90s grunge, punk rock, just rock. No.
I think
I never really.
Or you finish. You can finish.
Oh, I was just saying I was never really into music either, besides that one artist, dude. But
I think what also kind of pushed me was I also like where I was working as a time for a lifeguard at like this like one place. A lot of the people there were those were like kind of like my like in high school those were kind of like my main friend group was like the people that I worked with and stuff. But they kind of all like were like JoJo's people. But they like especially like some of them were like they also like were kind of into like the night like the rock and stuff like that. And then it was like so I kind of started like getting stuff from them as it got like shared music taste. And then another thing was so there was like the speakers. Okay, so it's kind of a crazy like the place they worked was like insane. Like it cost like $250 a month to belong there and stuff. Like I think I've probably told you about it. Like it was just genuinely like one of the most like baffling places to work. Like the entire like I could make like a whole like multi-season like soap opera drama about
Oh
like
my
all
God.
this stuff that went down. But basically like the music that played there like out in the pool was so awful. Like so we found out eventually that like the CEO handpicks what music should be played in what part of the
No
gym
way.
at what times. I was like, that's no way. And then I started listening. Like, this is this same song has played at 5 o'clock for the past like 5 days that I've worked here.
I'd cry.
And it was like,
I'd
dude, it was
cry.
like the locker room music versus like the front desk music. They had like normal like good music, and we got like the weird like whenever it'd be like a normal good song, it would be like some like weird remix EDM cover of it, and it was just like, dude, what is happening? So like eventually like the speakers stopped working, and like I like, and then like there was like one that worked, and I would just shove like towels in it to like shut the speaker up. And then I
Oh my
found
God.
this like giant ass speaker in our storage closet one day. I was like, okay, maybe I'll just bring this out and play music from my phone. And everybody seemed to think that it's like, oh, you brought the speaker from home. Everybody just thought that, so it was always called my speaker. And like I would like, and nobody like at first like I would just put on like my like old like kind of like 90s like 2000s like 70s rock music and stuff, and like at
Yes,
first like some
sir.
people hated it, dude. Like I like so a lot of my friends and coworkers like, dude, put on like new stuff, and like okay, like there's like kids and like families around, like this is our
Shut your
safest.
I'm just, no.
Yeah, exactly. Like I like let like one of my like friends like was like, hey, I'm putting like the like a hip hop song. I'm like, okay, like first lyrics it says like fuck yo bitch and suck my dick. I'm like, why would we be able to put this around where like families are and stuff? And like this works because like the parents like the like rock music and stuff. And
Yeah.
so, but like I started like eventually like, dude, people like, yeah, I had a lot of my coworkers like put on like new stuff, put on, and then like one day I was like, dude, people like always complain about the music, so like I just like didn't even like bring out the speaker one day, and they're like, where the hell is the speaker? Why don't you have any music on? It's so boring out here without your music. Why didn't you? I'm like, okay, you got to
Yes,
make up your
sir.
mind. But and then like eventually I started like kind of like listening to more rock music for that, so I could add to like my like specialized playlists that I had. Like okay, during like the morning we play like the more chill music, and then like during like more like when more people get here, maybe like the more rock stuff. And that night I would put on like the more like again like chill stuff. So that was kind of like I was like the DJ
Literally
of the
became
place.
literally became
That
a
was
DJ.
yeah, that was kind
Hell
that,
yeah.
that place was that was hot. So that was kind of like the main that was kind of like what my main reason for getting into like more music stuff. But I don't know, recently I was like at the beginning of the year, like I kind of had this goal to get into like when I saw when like all the Kendrick versus Drake beef was happening last
Oh
year.
yeah, more
And I was like,
hip-hop.
what is
Yeah.
happening? I was like, dude, like, and then
I
like,
forgot about that.
and then like my friend like told me, he's like, dude, like this lore goes like so deep, like you don't want to like, and like he kind of explained it to me, and I was like, that's crazy, like all this like super long and detailed history. I'm like, this is like so interesting, just listening to like a lot of this stuff. And then it happened when I actually, it kind of coincided with me. I was like, when for my job, you kind of meet some famous people. What I do, Drake pulled up one day to where I was working, this one place that I was working, and it was kind of interesting. And then a lot of people like recognized him, started shouting at like the certified pedophile at him. This
Oh
was
my
when
God.
the Super Bowl was kind of happening. So and like Kendrick was performing. I was like, and the or no wait no, this was way before the Super Bowl. No, I don't like, this was kind of the beginning of the year. And then like I couldn't really, I do like Kendrick music now, but I couldn't really get into Kendrick's that much. But the one artist I really got into, or like hip hop artist, was Tyler the Creator.
I haven't really heard that many songs by him. I don't
he-
know if I'm not really big on hip hop either, but
That's what I
you know,
thought
I'm open to all music.
too. Like Tyler the Creator was like very different. His albums, you kind of have to listen to them like, because they're more like movies are what his albums kind of are like, in the story that like all of his albums like tell like usually like a new like a story and stuff like that. Like in, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but like he is definitely like, I think it's also just getting into like the lore around like rappers and bands. Like I don't think like the Beatles would be like
Yeah.
nearly as interesting of a band to listen to, or like I still like their music, but like wouldn't be as like fun to invest in if you didn't know like the story around like the band and stuff, and like the pop culture and all of that
I
stuff.
I kind of know like the pop culture, but I don't really know the story.
Oh yeah, no, I watched like there's
Maybe
like
not
this like
exactly the
9 hour
Beatles.
documentary I watched on the Beatles, and that like completely changed like how it changed a lot how I view
That's
like and then like
exactly
like
why.
why they're writing the songs and stuff, and like they're
Yeah,
them breaking up, and then like there's just like all like the Beatles lore and stuff.
that's kind of how it is with me and the Foo Fighters. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
really got
Like
into
Kurt
the music, really liked the
Yeah.
music, and then find out the backstory behind
Like
Dave
Nirvana and
Grohl and
stuff. Yeah.
starting the Foo
Exactly. Yeah. Like I
Fighters.
read
Yeah,
like Dave Grohl's
Nirvana.
book and
Like,
stuff like that.
yeah, I read it too, bro.
Yeah, that was
It's
good.
pretty sick. It just elevates it. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like that's
The
what,
next
like,
band I want to do that with is Blink 182. I kind of know a little bit of their backstory, but Mark Hoppus, the bassist, he like just released a book. I'm like, I really want to
okay.
buy that and read it.
Yeah, I never really got into
Yeah,
Blink
no.
182 or a lot of like the
I feel like
that.
I don't know. I really like their sound. Or
Yeah.
at least I don't know. There's something about
Or like
them.
I
Very
like all
poppy.
like the popular songs, but I never like really like dug into Blink 182.
What I do when I get obsessed with a band or an artist is I'll go and now I go and listen to some of their albums, and if I really like them, I'll just keep them on repeat a whole lot.
Yeah, that's kind of saying. I have like a playlist that every song I've liked for the past like kind of when I first started getting into like rock music for the past like 4 years or so. Like it's every song that I like I add to there. It's 44 hours long and 36 minutes so far,
Ooh.
and it has 649 songs. It's just like every song that like I like think is cool I put onto there. I'm trying
Yes, sir.
Last year I got into this one band called, ever heard of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
No, but I'll go listen to them after this.
I'm surprised.
King
They're like a
Gizzard.
pretty like King Gizzard. They're like every album is like a different like genre of rock. They release like 2 albums a year. Like it's kind of insane. Like I don't really know how they like do it. But I
Two
really,
albums a year.
Yeah, like I don't know how
Someone's
like, and
having
how
ideas.
how high quality like their music is. Like they're like my favorite record is like Omnium Gatherum, which is like a psychedelic rock sort of. There's also a Petro Dragonic Apocalypse, which is like a thrash metal album and stuff. There's a lot that you can get. I like them a lot.
That's pretty interesting. I need to hear them. I want to know what their sounds like.
I got into
I got into Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, I got into kind of Nine Inch Nails, dude. I had like the other day, like I had this one dude I was talking with like at work, and he is like, yeah, I'm into like rock music. Like we had all the same stuff, and like it's like, yeah, I've recently been listening to Nine Inch Nails. He's like, what is that? I'm like, how have you never heard? He's like, you know all these other rock bands. Like, how have you never heard of Nine Inch Nails? He's like, oh, let me just pull them up on like Spotify real quick and listen to like their most famous song. Like maybe don't do that because that's gonna be closer. And like he's listening to it, and I'm like, he's gonna think I'm
close.
like,
oh my
he's
God.
gonna think I'm so weird listening to this. Like, it's like, you wanna fuck me like
Yep.
an animal? What?
Yeah, make him watch the video too.
Dude, yeah, he's gonna think I'm like so weird. I'm like, dude, I swear it's like,
I want.
it's like, dude, like use like the hand,
animal.
yeah, like the hand that feeds or like any other song, like please, like.
Oh yeah.
Like and
the
then I was
hand
like,
that
dude, I'm
feeds
like,
is pretty
he's
good
like,
one.
I was like, dude, this is like one of the most popular like bands of all time. How have you never heard of Nine Inch Nails? But yeah, so that was
No,
like,
when I
that
first
was
heard of
bad.
him, I looked him up and I saw that closer video. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, this is what. I mean, it's an interesting one, but I don't know if it's something like I
Yeah.
just throw on all the time.
No, yeah, no.
I definitely like the hand that feeds. That's a good one. Not this past year, and maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'd say mostly this year. I've really been getting into Oasis. I feel like most of the bands I'm really into right now are pretty mainstream, I'd say. But yeah, Oasis has been something I've been listening to a lot more.
I don't really think
I listen
there's
to
anything wrong with like the
their
mainstream
albums.
stuff. It's like a lot of people like kind of like almost use music as like a sort of like, I don't know, like competition to like
outlet.
yeah, it's like, oh, this dude has only this many like listens on Spotify, so like and it's just kind of like, well, all right, man, whatever. Like I'm listening to my favorite band's Nirvana, so
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. People are kind of weird when it comes to hobbies sometimes.
Yeah.
Just the way they, yeah, like you say, make it a competition.
or like even there's like kind of like the certain time when like their Nirvana shirts were popular for a little while. like a few years ago, like
I got a Nirvana
like
shirt.
or like no, specifically the smiley face X-Eyes for like
I kind of want one of those.
but it was like every like every like especially like when I was in high school, like every girl was like wearing one and stuff. Like I don't think they just thought, a lot of them, most of them like didn't even know that it was like, they just thought it was kind of a clothing brand. But like a lot of people were like making videos, like going up to them, it's like, name one Nirvana song, and like playing like Teen Spirit, and they're like, dude, just shut up, like nobody cares and stuff. And like, or people wearing Metallica shirts and like going up, it's like, name a Metallica song. I was like, I don't like, it's what, like, as long as they're not like, if they're like going online claiming to like, or having opinions about like Metallica or something, saying like they're the worst band ever, and like never listen to their
being
songs.
a poser or something.
Yeah, exactly. And like, they always say it's like the top 10 like poser shirts, but like if they just think it's like a cool shirt and like, and they like, you don't have to like go up, but I don't know. And it's just, yeah. Especially like when like the anime, like there's so many dudes who are like, oh, you're an anime tourist if you've only watched Demon Slayer. Oh, you're an anime tourist.
That makes me cringe.
And you haven't watched
makes me cringe.
Yeah, like
that makes me want to pull out the blicky and
yeah. My hey art, Evangelion and this like harem anime that I watched, and for some reason I think that, I don't know, it's like the one, like all the dudes that are like that, it's like the one meme that was like, in the 2000s, like anime fans were like, I'm not an anime fan, I'm an otaku, and then like anime fans nowadays are like, minorities like do not deserve rights. It's usually like those dudes.
You haven't watched that Fringe Isekai?
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you?
Or there's also like the dude, I love like the Frieren. That's like one of my favorite manga, like favorite TV shows of all time. The fan base behind it is so awful.
Is it?
Dude, it is,
I just
like
remember that
the
one
third. It was like the Third Reich has come again. No. For some reason, they are all like always. It's always like the media that's like kind of like happy, like homely stuff, where like they say it's like, this promotes like family values, and like they're like the dudes who like are like, woke has come and ruined everything because this lady is this 16-year-old is not naked, and used to be able to watch that all the time. And like there's also the whole thing with like the demons in that show where they're like, no, like demons will like try and trick you, and like and stuff. It's like demons are all evil and stuff. They're like, this is clearly a metaphor for everybody who isn't white. And they're like, they always use that as like a justification. I don't know, there's like there's just like weird anime fans who are like always into like the like wholesome slice of life shows, and then think like it's like, this is why Japan is better and the West has fallen, and why woke has ruined everything. I can't stand those dudes.
Yeah, no, me neither, man. Honestly, I feel like most of that stuff is online too, because most of the anime people I've met in real life who are into it.
I've never met a single person in real life who's like that, and I never want to, because it's just like, like I don't think there's people
like I met this one dude at when I was working at Taco Bell. He's like some 40-year-old dude, long hair. Looked like he could kill you with his thumb. You know, he had the aura.
Oh shit.
But no, he was from prison. I think he was in prison in like Nevada or something. But
oh wow.
I don't know. He was pretty chill. And what is it? I don't know why I make friends with like all the pre-releasers.
Dude, that's what I am. I mean, like that's like part of like growing. Like I feel like if you're not like, when you're like first starting to work, like getting like the first, I remember like when I was younger, like the first experience I had with like working as like a lifeguard and stuff, and like, oh, there's adults here who are like weirdly like on the same level as me, like versus the only adults I interacted with before were like my teachers and my parents. So I think it's like that's kind of the part of like growing up and like getting a job and stuff as a teenager. Yeah, so
it's interesting. Now I have this one dude I talked to. He's one of my main friends at Walmart, or I don't know if I'm doxing him. No, I'll be okay.
You can edit.
One of my main friends, where he's like 40 years old, still. He's you know what a pre-release is? I don't know if it's the same thing everywhere. It's like where people just come out of prison and then they
oh yeah, like
kind of like probation, like except they have to still
parole. Or they still live in?
It's some sort.
Like prison?
They don't still live in the prison. It's like another place.
Oh, I think I know
where they go.
I don't know the name. I know what you're talking about. Though. Yeah, it's. I think it is like it is. I think that's like parole, like another like type of parole. It's like usually like once like you get a job and stuff and like prove that like you can like be a member of family, like functioning member of society and stuff. Then they'll like let it go.
Yeah, no, but that one dude from Taco Bell, he was all talking to me like about the most underground, retro, old school Gundam type of anime I've ever heard about. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And he was all talking to me about like some of the games he played, like Dragon Ball type fighting games that were kind of old.
Interesting, yeah.
He had a lot of interesting lore to him. I won't lie.
I used to have like
very cool fella.
I used to have a dude like that I worked with, and like he was like his name was like John. His name was like John. Because I was just gonna say his first name because I honestly don't think that was his real name. Because so like he looked like more naked with a shirt on than with a shirt off because he almost never wore a shirt. And he was also like the like buffest dude you've ever seen. He is like movie like he would work out for like like when he would get off work, he would work out until like the place that we like the gym that we worked at closed, and then like he would just stay there because nobody wanted to kick him out, and like he would just keep working out. And like I remember like I did a workout with him one time, like we worked out for like almost 2 hours straight, and it was like super intense. I was tired. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go home, and he's like, dude, we're just warming up.
Dear Lord,
dude, like you can.
Yeah, no. When it comes to working out, have you ever heard of Mike Mentzer?
Sounds familiar.
His whole philosophy when it comes, he's a old school bodybuilder like Arnold era.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, because he died.
Okay.
His whole philosophy was high intensity, where you go in, like he'd just do one set, but it'd be so intense that it like he'd really push the intensity so hard that one set would be enough to break down his muscles. And the whole thing with growing and building muscle is all you really need to do is break down your muscle, and then it's during the rest recovery, make sure you're getting the right nutrients, eating the right amount of calories for your goals, whether that be try and slim up or get bigger. Will it's all in the recovery.
Yeah, I guess.
After
no, this dude would never stop working out. I don't like I actually think he did end up becoming a personal trainer. So like, but he was like that level. But
if you're going there for 3 hours, you're like my workouts take like maybe an hour.
No, dude, it was longer than 3 hours. I'm telling you, he'd work out for like 8 hours straight.
All I'm saying is that dude is battling demons.
No, dude, but he was awesome. He was like one of the coolest dudes. Like him and I would just like mess around a lot on shift, and like we usually able to like get out of like doing like actual work by being like, hey, we're gonna go like clean the slide and then like find these giant ladders and like just like kind of mess. But he was like, he also had may or may not have had connections to the drug cartel and worked for them a lot, and may have like one day like I went to like we were walking out, like he opened the back of his car and that's how I found out. But and there was a different type of bricks than what you build with. Yeah. But he was also just like, yeah, I was like whatever. He told me one time, he was like, dude, if I like wanted a dude dead, like I could just make a phone call and that'd be it. He's like, okay. He's like, I would never do that to you though. I'm like, I wasn't like asking if you were. But he also like,
thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, thanks for letting. He's like, don't worry, dude. Like you're safe with me. I'm like, okay. It's like if anybody ever tries to mess with you, I'm like, dude, I'm some white dude. I'm like, I don't have ops, man.
Making videos on
I don't have ops, man. Like, but he it was interesting because he always told me like there's this one movie called Hot Rod that he loved, and it was his favorite movie. So you talk about all the times like he told me, he's like, you remind me of the dude from Hot Rod. I'm like, I just assumed that this was like some movie that was like straight to VHS. That like, it was lost media except like one that he had, in his like, I don't know. But he's like, yeah, he's like, I was like, why? He's like, you're always just doing stuff, man. Like, remember, like, okay, we had like this experiment where we like tried to see how fast we could go down like water slides by like lathering each other up with like baby oil.
Diddy?
Dude, this
What?
was way before the Diddy stuff. Now, like, it sounds really bad with all that.
No, it doesn't.
Like, we would always like do like experiments like these, or like we'd like find up like these blow up rafts, and like after like the pool closed, we'd like go down, and so it's like, but he's like, yeah, dude, like you're always doing like stuff. I was like, okay, like, and then like I stopped working there like a long time. Like I don't like really know what he's doing now and stuff. Like I don't even know if he's still alive, to be honest. But
Oh
he
my God.
like I finally like found the movie, and it like had a decent cast. It was like, I think it was like Andy Sam, what the fuck is his name? He's, I've ever like that like one cop show, like with like the one dude who like plays like Jake something, I don't know, but it was with like, yeah, him, like Bill Hader and all these like, and that movie was so funny. Like I just randomly found it one day, and like that movie was so fucking funny. I was like, okay, no, this is like a legit movie. I still have no clue what he was talking about when he compared me to the main character, though. But like I think I said, like I wrote like a review for like the movie, like I just put it up on Twitter. I was like, but like if I still know what John was talking about, but like if we tried to look through the lens of how John saw the world, I feel like my head would explode. I don't know.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, but like it's just like, I don't know. I think it's like interesting experiences they have like nowadays, like kind of like media and life too. Like going back and like watching that movie and kind of like having all these like interesting, as like he would mention scenes from that movie as if I knew. He's like, oh dude, it's like the one scene where all the dudes say that they're ready to party. I'm like, you've seen that movie, right? I was like, no, John, I have not seen that movie. This is the third time today I've told you I've not seen that movie before. I don't think anybody has seen this movie but you. But yeah.
Bro, that reminds me of my roommate a little bit. How my roommate's like really into mechanics and cars and stuff, and he has like some ADHD type thing where he'll just talk and like.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
There's.
I mean,
like,
I feel like we're
nothing
all kind
stopping
of like
him.
that. I mean, that's why we have YouTube channels, because people told us to shut up. You're being. And then so.
But
Okay.
he's like, he'll be telling you about something like. Yeah, there's the tires, and then there's the radioactive defibrillator
Dude,
that is pumping 300 gallons
like,
of straight blah, 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 blah. And I'll just be like, I don't really understand, and then he'll just keep going on and on. I'm like, yeah. Eventually, you just gotta start nodding your head and pretend you.
Dude, that's what I
sort of
have.
know what he's talking about.
Especially where I work nowadays, there's so many dudes who are like just car dudes and stuff, and like, dude, I like don't like. It probably would help if I knew a little bit more about cars. I can't recognize a car like. Dude, these dudes are able to like hear the sound of the engine. It's like, oh, that's a Corvette with a Quadra Type 2 engine and a V8 like turbo steering stick. And I'm like, dude, I haven't even seen the car yet. Like, I have to go and look at like the logo of a car to like see what type of car it is, unless it's like a Tesla or something like that, like something that's like super distinct. But yeah, like those dudes who are like, oh, dude, it has like, yeah, dude, it has like the engine of a like V8. I'm like, dude, I just pretend like I don't know any of that stuff. I'll tell them I don't know any stuff about cars, so you have to dumb it down for me. And then they do, and then they're like, okay, so the V8 is basically it's like but like a V9, but like, dude, that doesn't help at all. Like, and then you just gotta like let it go. That and like sports
Literally a
dudes
whole nother
too.
language.
Like I don't really know. I'm not like really a sports guy, and they're like, dude, like Kyler Jackson Quadavius, dude. Like I just lost.
He got drafted.
Yeah, he's like got drafted to the Sunday Milk Boys. I'm like, what? Okay.
I don't know. I know a little bit about football and basketball, but
football
not
I
much.
know like a
but
decent amount, but that was because like family and stuff was into it. And I live in the U.S.
Nah, my team for basketball is the Bucks, though.
Okay.
My favorite player is Giannis.
I don't know who that is. Yeah. I like.
Getting back to bands.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I was just wondering what your. Here, I'll say my top 5 favorite bands, and then yours, because
Okay.
I was thinking Foo Fighters, System of a Down, Oasis, Blink-182, and I always forget some other one.
I'm trying to think.
I can't
I would.
remember.
Well,
Oasis, Blink-182.
Oasis, Blink-182, and
Nirvana.
Nirvana. Okay, that's your top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, my top 5 is Nirvana, Rolling Stones, King Crimson, Foo Fighters, and the Beatles.
Ooh.
But I don't know.
I've never really listened to the Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones are good. I don't know. I maybe would change this because I just like wrote down my top 5 at one time because like me and my friends were all going down, so I had it like written down on like this like Google Doc I just pulled up. I might change this. Like probably Tool is up there as like
I've just started. I heard one Tool song like just recently. That's the band I want to really get into. Tool.
Their music is so interesting. It almost feels like it feels like alien music, like music that wasn't like somebody says like this feels like music that was made by like a Native American tribe or something to communicate with like aliens or something like that.
I remember listening to this one like really heavy metal, like screaming type thing, Sepulta or something. They have this one song where it's like roots, bloody roots or something like that.
Maybe I think that sounds familiar. My favorite on Undertow, but like my favorite Lateralis is I think it's Lateralis or Lateral whatever. That's like definitely like my favorite album of theirs. It's like it's like also like about aliens too, and has like this really like I don't know. It has like this kind of like almost like alien sounding. Like it doesn't sound like any other thing that's like out there. I don't know. It's like I don't know.
You ever heard of Angels and Airwaves?
That sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar.
Who is it? Blink-182. It's more of definitely not like. I don't think it's anything like Tool. I don't know. I need to listen to Tool, but what's his name? Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, guitarist. He made his own band like when he split up from Blink-182. It's sort of a interesting type sound they have.
Let me try.
Not really. I don't know. A little unique.
Wait 1 sec, because I have like all my like records and stuff. I feel like I'm gonna forget stuff here. Like I'm gonna try like bring them over real quick and try to like scroll through them real quick.
Mm-hmm. I'm munching on some cherry gummies. They're pretty good. Won't lie.
God, so heavy. Oh. Okay, here. Let's see.
The adverts are also a pretty good one I just learned of. But Audioslave.
I like Audioslave a lot.
Yeah, and what's Chris Cornell's other band? That other famous one, Soundgarden.
Oh yeah, because those are the Strokes I got really into last year too.
Strokes, haven't really heard anything from them.
Weezer, yeah, they're kind of in like the same vein as Weezer. I used to be like a Weezer hater, dude, because of like the weird fans that they have. And eventually I came around.
I don't know. I feel like with most music, I don't know anything about anything surrounding them or anything about anything. So I just go into it and purely off the sound, that's all I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah. Because I had like, there's like the Radiohead dudes and stuff too, who are like always
I just
like sappy
got
and
into
stuff.
them like the past 2 months, Radiohead. Just this one song, Fake Plastic Trees. That's a really good one. And I just listened to like one of Coldplay's songs, Yellow. I really like that one song, Yellow.
I got really into Gorillaz last year too.
I knew some kid in high school who was really into them.
Yeah, they're like
I gave them a listen.
Their whole thing is that like the band, it's like a fake band. Started. Do you know who Damon Albarn is?
I watched a video on it one time.
Okay, yeah, like the whole thing that they're like a virtual band and like they have like their own lore through the music videos and stuff. Like that's what I got really into, is like the lore of the band and stuff. Like Plastic Beach. Yeah, I'm trying to find some others.
Woohoo! Well, I fell on pins and needles. They have a good song. Do you ever hear the story behind song 2?
No, I don't think I did.
Well, I don't really know the full story, but like I guess it was written as sort of a response and to kind of mock all the grunge music that was coming out.
Or
during,
yeah, I've
like,
heard
Nirvana.
that before. Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Imagine you write something, kind of mock somebody, and then it just becomes the biggest song.
Yeah.
Slipknot, MCR,
Slipknot,
Korn,
like
Linkin Park.
Korn. Yeah, I
Those
like.
are all
They're like
bands.
kind of like I got into like a lot of like the industrial like metal types. Like, or I don't even know if you call Korn like industrial metal. Maybe.
Korn. Oh man, that I think the first song I heard from him was what is it? The dad, like, where he's talking about, you know, being assaulted or whatever. I forget
That's like
what the title
that's a
is,
good
but
amount of songs.
that's. Do they have a whole bunch of songs like that? It's like, saw you da 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 da, saw you watching da da.
Maybe.
I'm trying. Here, I'll look it up. Because it's pretty popular, I think.
It probably is. It probably. I just don't recognize the
He even
lyrics.
starts. He even like starts crying and stuff in the middle, like at the end of it.
I don't.
Yeah, "Daddy" by Korn.
Oh yeah.
It's like 17
Yeah.
minutes.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
That one's a.
Yeah.
I'm also really into Gangnam Style. That's a pretty heavy one. No.
Fuck. I'm trying to see.
Trying
I
to
got
think what else.
into JOJO'S.
New Hades or New
No,
Jabez.
I called it like new. I don't remember how I used to pronounce it. It's JOJO'S. That's
The
technically
one
how
dude,
you
yeah,
are.
New
Yeah, like
Jabez.
yeah, like cause his like I don't even know what you really call it. Like I think I always call it like jazz, hip hop, and stuff like that. But that music.
It kind of reminds me of like lo-fi sort of.
Yeah, or yeah, lo-fi, I guess. I don't know. A lot of his like one of his albums like got removed from Apple Music and pissed me off. Cuz now like all of the songs like on my playlist are just like blanked out and I can't listen to them on Apple Music.
Rest in peace. Do you have any favorite albums? Probably.
Probably my favorite. I mean, my favorite album of all time, like, probably still is just like Nevermind by Nirvana.
I'd say. Oh,
But
I
that's a
really
pretty
like the
basic
Foo's albums.
bitch answer. That's a pretty basic bitch answer though for Nevermind. But my favorite Foo
I
Fighter
mean,
album is
it's-
probably
Mine's
shoot.
just the color.
Oh, the color and the
Color
shape.
and the shape.
Shoot, why can't I think
There's
of it?
nothing left to lose.
Yeah, there's nothing left to lose. Is my favorite Foo Fighters album.
The first one's also pretty good, and then
Yeah.
One by One, like the first 4 albums of the Foo Fighters, I could, if you just threw that on repeat, I'd listen to that for like 5 years. I won't lie.
I'm trying to think.
But also, Toxicity by System of a Down.
I like that one. Probably my.
That's a really good one.
I got like the Tyler the Creator album, "Call Me If You Get Lost," and Igor. Those ones are, but those are like you don't really listen to the album. Like you don't listen to the songs about them. Those are ones like you listen to the entirety of the album because like it tells like a story and stuff.
That reminds me of have you ever heard of Wendy Goon?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He made a video about My Chemical Romance, their My Black Parade album. I never really listened to him, but now I'm really into MCR.
Oh okay.
But I guess the Black Parade is sort of like a story about like this dude who's dying with cancer or something, and I don't know. It's a good video.
Trying to think.
What was it, Igor and Call Me by Your Name from Tyler the Creator?
Call Me If You Get Lost is the.
Call Me If.
That one's a lot more of like that
I'll
one's a
listen
little
to
bit.
this.
That one's a little bit less. That one's more of like a class. You definitely, if you want to like do Tyler, it's like Flower Boy and Chromacopia, or like Flower Boy, Chromacopia, and Igor. Like he's had has a lot of older music that like he doesn't really like anymore, and like is very different, and like kind of when he was in like this rapper group called Odd Future, like him, Frank Ocean, like a couple other dudes. But
I
like
was
that
just
was like
gonna start listening to Frank Ocean too.
yeah, those are like, but that was back in the day when like old internet, like, or I guess like more like edgy internet stuff that like a lot of them don't really like.
Leafy.
Yeah, kind of like where there's a lot of like edgy like it was like I don't know. He doesn't really like a lot of like his older music now. His newer music is just very different from how it used to be. But but definitely, yeah, like Igor or Flower Boy, like the two best places to start. Speaking of Wendy Goon, I've been reading Blood Meridian.
Oh man, I was just thinking about that earlier too during this. I forgot when we were talking about Dune.
Yeah,
I haven't read it yet, but
that one's another one that like,
that, like,
oh, okay, like so much shit has like stole from this.
ooh, I just remember like how it ends, like the whole.
Oh, I don't know anything about the ending.
You dance.
I
well, not the ending, but like kind of the message.
Oh yeah,
about how you just need to keep dance, or you need to get up on the stage and dance, or else some dudes to take you out back and throw you in a porta potty and kill. No, but like get up on, make sure you're always dancing on the stage called life, or else the devil or whatever is to come get you.
I don't know if we're thinking about the same thing. I still haven't gotten to the end of Blood Meridian. I still haven't gotten to the end of Blood Meridian, so I don't know what the hell.
Did you watch his whole video, or
no? I haven't. I've been watching it like I've been like watching the video as like I go along. Like
yeah, no, I just sat down one day and watched the whole thing through.
No,
and
okay,
now I'm
yeah.
like,
I'm just like reading it like play by play, and like once I like read it, usually a chapter, like the book's a little confused because there's just like a lot that it describes, and it's very vague about what happens. I know they're like on
I
reread,
bet it's,
but yeah, it's very good because the book doesn't have like quotations or anything. Like, so you don't know when a character is talking, you just kind of have to infer that for yourself.
Oh.
Like, it doesn't use quotation marks or like he said this. It'll just like a character will just.
What an interesting.
It is very interesting because like I know the author Cormac McCarthy says like, yeah, like I like want to have like an old school way of like storytelling, as if somebody were sitting down and speaking this story out to you. Like, he doesn't use commas. Like, he will have the word "and" 6 times in a sentence, and he will never use a comma.
Sir.
Let's get and this and this and this. But like also like the characters are like speak in like such distinct ways. Like some have like very like thick like Southern accents, and like some like speak like very eloquently, or some like sometimes the book will just be in Spanish, and you just kind of have to infer what's going on. But he also like I think he spent like 15 years writing the book, and like he actually like multiple times like traveled the route that the dudes travel in the book, and like learned Spanish for a lot of it. So it's been really interesting so far.
Yeah, sounds like an experience, definitely. Dang. I don't know. I think I have a couple books I just thought looked interesting at Barnes and Noble's. Bought them. This is like in January, near the start of the year. And I'm just so excited to start reading a whole bunch of random books again, because Dune, I'm having
Dune's
a lot of fun with it, but
it's long.
It's definitely a long series, and even just the first book, 900 like pages or whatever.
Yeah, no.
Kind of crazy.
I'm trying to think. I read the Fight Club book recently for like a video I have.
I still haven't even watched the movie. For
the movie
Fight Club.
is so
I watched
good.
American History X. If you ever
oh god, yeah. I watched that one in research for my video. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
that one's a rough one. Is
Fight Club good?
Fight Club is my third favorite movie of all time.
What's your top 3 favorite movies?
Top 3 would probably
I guess
be
Fight Club 1.
Probably my favorite would be Alien. Number 2 would be Old Boy. Have you ever heard of Old Boy before?
Yeah, like some dude getting locked up or something.
Yeah, that one's...
He goes and fights.
Old Boy. Number 3 would be Fight Club. 4, Terminator 2, and 5 would probably be Kill Bill.
I think I've only seen Terminator 2.
Terminator 2, yeah. No, those...
Wait, what was the first one you said?
Alien.
Yeah, no, I've only seen Terminator 2.
Alien. But I've also like seen a lot more movies than like the normal person. Like I think like I have like an app like called Letterboxd that I just kind of keep track of all the stuff that I watch. Like it says I've watched 132 movies this year.
Oh my god!
But that's like what usually like when I'm bored at work, like I'll put a movie on my phone and stuff like that, or like watch a movie before bed most every night.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, I don't know why I'm not really into. Well, I mean, I like movies and stuff, probably as much as the average person, but I don't really watch a whole lot. I don't know. And then again, I'm also super busy, or like
Yeah.
I'm just all over the place with my life right now. So
Yeah.
there's that too.
But I mean, again, like I also like go to school for like movie stuff, so. So I'm like afforded a lot more time to kind of do a lot of that. So.
I remember I watched these there's this, like FaZe Clan. I promise this somehow connects.
All too well.
FaZe Clan. Well, they had like content houses and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was this other Call of Duty group of like gamers and people called the Red Reserve. And they had this Red House and stuff, or something called the Red House, like a content house. They actually have some funny videos. If you search up a Game Gandhi, there's a whole bunch of funny videos. But this dude, he started off like editing like montages for like Call of Duty trick shotting, all that sort of thing. And eventually he got so good at editing and just was so, I guess, invested in it. He started working on movies and like editing movies and stuff, and VFX and all that, and even like famous music videos. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I feel like that's something you're kind of doing now too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
Maybe.
like dudes who are like YouTubers who kind of like there's recently the Pillow Bro brothers, the Raka dudes.
Oh yeah, I
they made
heard about their movie. I didn't watch it. But...
Talk to Me. It was so like that was during like I was like I didn't really expect much from Talk to Me. I watched. I was blown away. That is like legit one of the best horror movies ever made. It's so good. I still haven't watched their second one that came out like recently, Bringing Her Back. I really want to though. Like I still haven't gotten around to it yet.
Have you ever watched like these are the last horror movies I watched, and this was like a year or two ago. No, last year. The Fair Street ones on Netflix. I remember I was just bored one day, so
I've heard of
all three of them.
I'm not really like big on like slashers and stuff. It's usually more like psychological horror.
Yeah, no, they're definitely more slashers.
Okay.
I'm not really big on horror movies in general.
Yeah. I mean, not really like me that much too, but there's a certain.
I don't even know what kind of movies I like. I guess Dune.
Dude, I mean, like I think like that when I remember like I had like my list of like my 30 favorite movies they made one time, like a friend that was making it. There's a lot on there. There's like. Yeah, like number 6 like goes from like Kill Bill, My Neighbor Totoro, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So there's like I think like that's like with anything, like you just have like a big mix on there.
Yeah, My Neighbor Totoro. Oh, just watch them all in a row. Oh. No, I really like I like superhero movies.
Have you seen
Dark
Superman
Knight
yet?
Movies? No, I haven't.
Okay, I just saw that a couple days ago.
What's in one word? How would you describe it?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great.
Awesome.
But okay. Yeah, The Dark Knight. Did you ever see the Batman? The Batman?
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite.
I'm ready for the new one.
That one's my favorite superhero movie of all
part.
time. The Batman is my favorite superhero movie of all time.
I remember hearing the Nirvana. Yeah.
That was like before I was really into Nirvana.
Something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, same for me too. I think it kind of like pushed me a little bit subconsciously to listen to more Nirvana because I heard there's something in the way. I'm like, Invincible. That's been something I guess I kind of want to make a video on, but
what did you think of
some
season
friends
3?
were talking about it with me. I've watched up to season 2. And then I like pretty much spoiled myself because I got impatient and then kind of looked throughout the comics, and honestly, it's probably one of the coolest superhero stories I've seen.
Yeah, I like it. I have a lot of opinions on it that people probably wouldn't really agree with when it comes to season 3 and stuff, but I really like season 1 and 2. Like I don't really
watch season 3.
Season 3 I think is it's a lot of people really like it. I did not really like season 3 until like the very last episode was. I really liked the very last episode, but yeah.
Have you watched? Oh man, have you watched the new Predator Killers?
Oh, I need to. I definitely should.
Movie?
I definitely should. I still haven't gotten
That
around
one's
to it
a
though.
very fun one.
I've heard
It
it's good.
really reminded me of it's the first Predator movie I watched, and honestly,
Oh,
one of my
you haven't
favorite
seen
movies
any of the
now,
other
but
Predator movies?
nope.
Oh, the first they aren't really that great to be honest, except for the first one. The first one is really fucking good.
The first one is that with
Arnie, yeah.
Arnold.
Yeah. I'm trying to have
But no, that Predator movie. Have you ever seen what is it? Love, Death, and Robots. That's probably like one of
No.
my favorite shows on Netflix.
I've heard a lot. I know it was like David Fincher and stuff. I've never watched it before.
It's more like it isn't just one big story. It's a whole bunch of.
I know it's like Black Mirror
episode.
type where it's like every episode is like a different plot and stuff, or like mini plot.
Yeah, different story, different animation and stuff. Pretty cool. I heard season 4 hasn't been that well received because it just came out, but I haven't even watched it yet, so I need to go see.
Did you ever watch Arcane?
Yep. Yeah. Has season 2 come out yet?
Yeah, season 2 came out like last year. What do you think of season 1?
Season 2 yet? Season 1, I thought. What did I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't really, I think near the end the story kind of, not really got weird. I was just kind of wondering where the story was going because the dude was all discovering dark magic or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I watched Arcane, but I remember I really liked Jinx and Violet.
Yeah,
cool people.
That's kind of what I thought too when I first watched it when it came out. But like before season 2 came out, I rewatched it. The first season is like, oh wait, no, this is like one of the best seasons of like TV ever. That's why everybody like. It's a lot more like once you get like. I think I also got into like with Game of Thrones a lot more like political, like thriller, like drama type stuff, which is kind of what you had to approach it as, and I liked it a lot more then. But season 2 is fucking rough though.
Oof.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'm sad to hear that because
I was pretty sad
just
with season 2.
sick as hell.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's also like I don't know. I've never like I've like played like only like a little bit of League before. I never really got into League, so.
I don't think the only thing I've ever heard from League is that it's a bad game and you shouldn't get into it, like from everybody I've ever heard.
I don't think it's a bad game. It just gets like I can see why it's so addicting. Why like you can just waste hours of your life just like hitting play again and stuff.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever get into it. I already have too many games that are probably good. I'm gonna put off until I die.
Yeah. What game do you think you're gonna play first, probably? Or like what? Like, are you trying to like do like a big single player escapade?
I have a video I think I showed you where I'm gonna go and play a little bit of some of these games, or maybe even play some of these games through like Nier Automatic.
Yeah.
Automatic.
But I feel like
whatever.
Those aren't really games like you kind of just.
But
like,
after that,
got in. You know what I think you should play? Metal Gear Solid.
All right. Well, after I make this video, then I'll go and play. Well,
the first one not that long. So, like even if you only play the first one is a very contained story. Like it will change everything. Trust me. The first one is so like it has aged so fucking well. That is like
I used to watch Some Ordinary Gamers. I don't know if you heard of that guy.
Yeah.
But I've heard him talk about Metal Gear and how like it kind of pretty much predicted the future we live in now in some sort of ways.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of that stuff. But even then, like it's just like the story is so well told. Or like I don't know. I said in like one of my videos, like it feels like video games still have not caught up to Metal Gear Solid. Like even other like it just feels like even when you play it, like it's just light years ahead of anything now, like in terms of how well it tells its story. Even other Kojima games, to be honest, it's still
the one Hideo Kojima Glazer, yes sir.
Oh, whoa,
Yes,
I
sir.
wouldn't call me that because
No.
recently there's some stuff. I, uh, I had like I had put my opinions out there on Death Stranding too, and a lot of people weren't really happy with me, but it's whatever. I don't know. I was pretty
Yeah, no,
disappointed.
the only thing I knew about Hideo before all this, I knew he was popular. I didn't know what for, but was that he liked feet or something? Because I remember seeing a clip
Yeah,
where
yeah,
some actor was talking about. I'm like, what? Or who is this dude?
yeah.
And then I
No,
watched your video and then learned everything about him.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of stuff I could say. Like I do think Kojima has a bit too big of an ego, especially now, and it's kind of affecting his writing. Like
Ooh.
Death Stranding 2 was
Ah.
definitely my least favorite story he's ever told, and I like walked away from that game like pretty disappointed when compared to like the first one. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a
I think
whole
what
whole
I'm gonna
thing.
do is play. Like whenever I actually sit down and actually want to play some games again, it'll go Metal Gear, then I'll buy a Switch, play some Zelda, and then I think Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna play the first 3 Ezio
Hey,
or
really?
Assassin's Creed 2.
Those
I'm
games
pretty.
are rough to play nowadays.
Are they?
Dude, they have aged so badly. I'm not even gonna lie. Even Black Flag, like I tried replaying that a little bit ago. It's just like the movement just does not like you tell like the character to do something, it will do like the exact opposite. The controls in those games are so rough.
I also I'm also looking at BioShock and what else? The Batman games.
Arkham games.
Those two.
I definitely
Yeah,
think you need
Arkham.
to build up your tolerance a bit. When I say like the older game tolerance and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I would definitely
That's
recommend like
true.
some like PlayStation 1, like Metal Gear Solid is a very good game to start with, so.
Metal Gear Solid.
But I also like played that like when I also like had all my tolerance. Like I think like even older media in general, you kind of do have to have a tolerance for, or even to an extent like just kind of like stuff that isn't like super duper mainstream. Like did you ever see Sinners that came out like earlier this year?
I've heard it's a really good movie, so
Yeah. It was
I
really
definitely want to
good,
watch
but it
it.
was definitely like I don't know, like there were some scenes like there was like some really cool like stuff, and then like I watched it with some friends. They're like, this is just like oh, it's like they're like kind of like I don't know. I think it's like to the extent it's like yeah, it can be goofy, but like if you're like just kind of not really like interacting with it at all, and like
Yeah,
it
if you're not
and then like I was like it was a very
losing
serious
yourself in the
scene,
world.
yeah, but like and then it's like I just like it's like okay, they've never like the last movie like that like they had watched was like maybe like a Transformers movie or something like that. I
Oh man.
like the thing is like there's like a certain extent of like media nowadays that's like I don't know like Netflix is having like their whole initiative where like second screen viewing where like you can watch you can like kind of go on your phone and scroll through while watching the movie and stuff and like and you
Oh
and like
my
it'll
gosh.
explain everything to you.
What?
That is
What?
like evil. That is like genuinely like I almost feel like
That's
that's like
some Black Mirror type
no,
stuff right
it's like
there.
genuinely is like it's like just like genuinely like evil shit that like they warn us about and like dystopian like
Yeah.
novels and stuff like or like how like there's like this one app they saw yesterday. It's like yeah, you can use AI like oh you don't want to read this long book, we'll shorten it for you. And I'm
Oh
like
my gosh.
that's like
Oh
evil. Like that's like the like in Fahrenheit 451 like they talk about how like they
yeah.
first started getting rid of books and like outlawing them by like only giving you like shortened versions of it and stuff. I'm like that's just like genuinely like dystopian.
Yeah, you're Gen Z. We're Gen Z. I feel like our generation had such a I don't know. I feel like I had a decent childhood, like where I'd play
Yeah.
outside all the time, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we were just getting introduced to video games and stuff.
We were kind of like in a
We didn't
weird
have all the
era where
AI,
like
TikTok.
well we were also kind of like in a weird like I like when I remember when I was like little like flip phone like the transition from flip phones to like iPhones and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was like when I was going from elementary to
yeah.
middle school.
That was kind of more
And
like
then,
when I was in like elementary, and then like but those like the early
yeah.
iPhones and stuff like it. Like so and like I also like do like vaguely remember like when we had like an old VHS thing, and then like eventually we started getting, like CD players and DVD players and stuff.
Like I remember some of the first consoles. I think it was an N64 and like a PS2.
Yeah.
And then an Xbox 360. But yeah, nowadays everyone's just like, I'm not that worried because I go to the skate park. I see some kids still shredding and stuff. I'm like, they're pretty chill. But then I think of all the 5-year-olds that are strolling on TikTok for
dude, it'll be like it's just
however
like,
long, and whatever that's feeding them, or their attention spans. They're not wanting to read anymore, stuff like that.
dude, it's like
You kind of wonder.
I don't even know like we're just so fucked. Like I legit just don't.
But
know.
I feel like every generation before the next one,
like not like it's not even
will
that
say
like
something like this
even,
about
like AI, like it has like dude, it's like scary talking to like ChatGPT. I don't know if you've ever like like it's
I've talked to it once. I forgot why, but
it like no,
that was like 2 years ago.
It tells you like they've developed it now where it like kind of just tells you what you want to hear. When it comes to
oh my gosh.
So recently, like it used to be like for creative like writing stuff was the top use for AI. They recently changed the statistics. The top for use for AI is like therapy and stuff.
Oh man, I heard someone like my mom was telling me this the other day because I'm not really like big into. I don't like
Tech
go
stuff.
and look at the news all the time, but my mom was telling me about how some dude was obsessed with ChatGPT because it was his girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was telling me something about it.
Yeah,
I
but
was like,
it's just like it's a product first and foremost. It is going to tell you what you want to hear because you're going to stay on longer, company makes more money, et cetera. But like when it starts giving you advice that's telling you, it's not giving you good advice, it's telling you what you want to hear. Like I remember like I tried to like I remember like people were saying like, yeah, like you can use it for writing and you can help it like critique your writing. I was like curious, so I fed all my scripts into it. It was like it was one of my older scripts that I definitely like. That's why I kind of submitted I wanted like as like, hey, like as if you were like an expert writer who is like giving me like advice and feedback. I was like, as an expert writer, this is the best writing I've ever seen. You clearly have like 156
okay.
IQ, and it's like I was like, this writing, like I like don't even think that this writing is good anymore compared to where I am. Like, and it's just telling me what it wants to, and it's like that stuff scares me so. Like that's what I made about. I talked about in my like Metal Gear Solid video was about how like nowadays like you can kind of just believe what you want because the algorithm will let
like
you.
Even just without AI, just being on the internet, it's so easy to just see what you want to see and get yourself into an infinite like feedback loop type thing.
And I don't even think
like
you're just. I think like there's some people that like when I made that video, like I showed it to like some people and they're like, oh, like you're like referring to like more right wing people. I'm like, no, I'm like this is like everybody, like even like on the left wing too. Like I think like I don't know, I don't want to get too political, but like the Democratic Party and stuff, like I like it's just like I like think like this is everybody, like it's only showing you what you want to see, like how like it's giving you the truth, it's giving you a half truth, and like it won't ever give you anything to deny your ideas or what you think of the world, because it's like why would it? Because it's like, oh, I don't like this, I'm going to go away and go to another app that tells me what I want to hear.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like at least how I think of like the red pill type people.
Yeah.
Where like they're, I don't know. I feel like you're like me though, where you're just very open-minded to all sides, and you're not like picking and choosing. You kind of look at the whole story and then you make your decisions off that.
But even then, like people aren't really like doing that. It's just like
I
just saw something.
Like I'm saying, on the internet, it's very easy to just look at one side, or I don't know.
Like with like the whole like Haitian immigrants thing, it's like, oh, they're eating the cats and dogs, when it was like that was all started because like there's one photo that was like of this dude carrying a goose, and like it ended up like being like, oh look, he's like carrying it to like go eat it and stuff. It's like no, like, and it ended up being like it was shared by like a friend of a friend of a friend who said that, and she gave this telephone. Like, that ended up being like a photo from when like a car ended up like crashing and it hit like a bunch of geese, and like the dude's just like clearing the geese out of the road and stuff. And it's just like,
Yeah,
and also
now it's
I don't know.
it's just crazy how like how much the internet and our technology, at least when it comes to computers and stuff, has started to affect our real world, and
Yeah.
how it's kind of like, just like misinformation that's with AI, everything. It's gonna be some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and well, even like there's like another thing I saw a couple like months ago where it was like how life used to look in the 80s. See what's different, and it was like stuff in the like definitely I was like I could immediately tell, I was like, this does not look like it's from the 80s. Like you just put like a filter over some photos, and but nobody like there's no minorities in it. See, this is why the world was
Oh
better
my
back then. But it's
God.
like turns out all that stuff, all those photos were AI generated, but people were just blatantly believing that. Like I have like family members who will send me stuff. It's like, do you want to go? What? Oh shoot, they're making a Goodfellas 2, and then like, what do you mean? Like they'll send me like an AI generated like. Or like dude, the live action Toy Story, and it's like an AI generated like trailer. And I'm like, it's like that's AI. I'm like, it's real. Like I don't know, even like
What I feel weird about is like seeing on YouTube where people are like using Kurt Cobain AI to sing
that
something.
stuff's
Like,
so weird.
That's a little weird to me.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of I think it's a thought experiment they call it, like Roko's bacillus.
Yes,
or
yes,
like that.
yeah. That's
Where
like a lot of people.
If you hurt a vacuum or something in the future, the AI is gonna fucking like come beat your ass.
Well, I think it's the whole like thing. It's like,
you weren't on their side.
well, it's the whole thing. Of,
You
like,
didn't
it's
help it come to power.
Yeah, it's an info hazard. So like me like even telling somebody who's listening to this video, you have to actively decide now whether or not are you going to help the AI or not. And it like the AI will get so powerful that it will read your mind, and even if you do pretend to help the AI, it's gonna know that you're actually against it, and then like it could like lock you in like its own sort of like hell, eternal torment equivalent thing.
Yeah, no, at that point I say just kill me then. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like that sounds like such a weird life to live. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think like I do think like AI genuinely has some amazing like things that it will do. For humanity.
Yeah.
Like there's like a thing that I listened to recently about how like before it would take like ages and ages to be able to tell if somebody had cancer or not, and that's like valuable time that they have that like literally
Yeah.
in minutes that they have cancer could decide whether they live or die. And it's like the doctors just don't have like, because they have to put like take hundreds and hundreds of little scans of your body and like put all of that data together and stuff, and it takes them forever, like hours, days, weeks and stuff to do all that. But and then like AI is very good at information and like consolidating information that it can do that in minutes. So and then like
I guess
the
it
cancer
all really just depends on like who hands the tools are.
Yeah. Like I do think for the most part AI like is a big like tech like is a big bubble that is going to burst, and like because there's like because like OpenAI is spending like literal billions and billions and billions of dollars, like Meta is spending billions of dollars, Microsoft billions of dollars, and they still have not seen it profit from like any of their AI stuff.
Jeez.
Like whenever you type into ChatGPT, they lose $200.
Dang,
And
I'm
they're
start spamming like
Yeah.
words or something.
Yeah, but like exactly, like they just like it's not profitable. It's going to burst, and like I do think it'll be like better as a tool. But I'm more scared about like entertainment wise. Like, are we going to see movies entirely generated by AI? But then that goes to it's like, oh, you can generate your own movie if you want to. It's like, okay, I want to generate Avengers 20 to watch on my phone, and then it's like, and then it goes into like, oh,
and then oh my god,
and then like
that
oh
is pretty sketchy.
okay, well I my theory is always like, and then it goes further though, and then it's like, you know what, like a baby sensory videos, those and stuff,
A baby what?
baby sensory videos.
No.
So it's like these videos like you can show for the baby, and it's just like colors moving, and like the baby, like it'll
Oh
like
my
whenever a
god.
baby, it will just shut up and it will watch that video, and it will be just glued to that video, but because it's like stimulating like as much dopamine as it can in the baby's head to like get it to. But I'm like nervous. It's like, oh, okay, I want Avengers 5, but what if Avengers 5 never ends? It's just constantly being generated by ChatGPT. And then it's like, oh, well, this movie, oh, there's a boring section of this movie. Can you make this section not boring? Okay, so none of this, and then like eventually it just goes to a baby sensory video where it's just kind of like constantly showing you what you want to see for every single frame, and just you're just constantly like looking at it. That like at that point, like art doesn't become art anymore. You're just generating stuff to see. Like my
I
ultimate like
know. Yeah.
fear with that stuff is like we end up like it sounds silly to a lot of people, like we end up like in Wall-E, where like the big like people like on the ship who are just constantly watching like the dopamine videos as like they don't even know what's
In
happening
what?
around. In Wall-E.
Was it Oh, I thought you were talking about this. Yeah, yeah. There's also this one movie that kind of reminds me of what you're saying. Oh, it's where this guy like wakes. So just some average guy in the army gets thrown under in this like cryo feet freeze type thing.
Oh, I know what you're
Then
talking
he like
about.
pretty much time travels to the future, and then yeah, everyone's just is stupid as heck.
I think I
I'm sort
can't.
of worried about something like that where I don't know, where just all this information and stuff we're seeing is just gonna make us, even more, just stupid.
Yeah, because
I guess, and it'll make the people up top, like the corporate overlords or whatever you want to call them,
yeah.
be able to, you
Good.
know, control us all easier if they,
Well, I do
they
think
aren't
like
already doing that.
to an extent, like AI kind of right now only like how it's being used in corporations only really benefits like those the corporate like people and stuff. Like it's just like I
Yeah.
don't know, like it's like, oh, we can replace all these entry level jobs with AI, and it's like, well then how do people get entry level jobs to get jobs?
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
it's like essentially just like cutting the bottom of the corporate ladder with everybody who's on it to just fall into the pit, and nobody else gets to climb it because you've basically like taken out the bottom of the ladder. Like recently, like Microsoft laid off like 12,000 people from Xbox and a lot of people from their AI
Damn.
division to replace them with AI, to replace them with the AI that
Nice.
they built. And
Good
like
lord.
so like even like your job in AI is not safe when you are building the thing that is actively going to replace you.
Well, I don't know if it comes down to it. I guess there's always fast food.
Yeah, yeah, I
Fuck,
guess
dude.
so. I guess so.
No.
I mean, I know I say that,
No.
like, a lot of people say it's like, well, no, it'll, like, counterbalance. Like, eventually, I do think that, like, we'll find, like, a app, like, we will figure it out. But, like, right now, like, AI is just being
Yeah.
sent full steam ahead.
It's like growing so fast that
Yeah.
it's really hard to.
And, like, the
keep
people
it
who are,
tame.
like, growing it are the ones who will never have to face the consequences of AI
Mhm.
until, like,
Exactly.
and, like, they probably won't have to face the consequences because it'll be for later generations and stuff.
Yeah, not even in their lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and then like, and we will eventually get it figured out, like we always do. But like, how long will that be, and how bad will things be until we get that shit figured out?
Kind of in the same vein, but also a little different. What you were saying about the whole art thing, like I was just thinking about, because I started writing music. I've made some crappy songs, I won't lie, but they're still my songs.
Yeah,
And some of them are very personal. I'm trying to figure out sounds. To me, I've kind of started to realize like art is the like purest, most intense form of connection that humans have. Because whether it be drawing, whether it be music, my favorite is music. It's you're expressing what's all inside, everything inside of you.
yeah.
If you're willing to be that vulnerable.
Well,
And
yeah.
I was buying a guitar at a pawn shop, and this dude came up to me because I was trying like testing it out and stuff, and he's all like, I was trying to write songs and I was getting AI to write for me, and like he said the AI was better than the own songs he was writing, and I was just thinking like, to me, a good song, I don't know. Now I'm trying moving away from it, but I don't know. To me, art is just like something that is solely human.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know, cause like I remember there was that one like I remember I made it like in one of my like videos from like a long time ago. I like included a comment about AI from the dude who made Fist of the North Star. I can't remember his name now, but he like said like AI will never be able to make art because AI can never feel pain. It will never bleed. It will never kill itself creatively making this art.
Yep.
And a lot of people are saying it's like, well, like, what if there's a world where you didn't have to like experience the like hard,
all the pain.
Yeah, like of the pain of like to make art. It's like you didn't have to spend hours and hours.
The human
like
condition.
like you're missing the point. Like it's not killing yourself literally. Like there's plenty of like it's killing yourself like almost creatively, having to like transform like you're like really actually sit down and think about what you're putting from pen to paper, and like it's like even just like writer's block is like one of the hardest things like I feel that like you like experience, like when you just like want to write something but you just can't figure it out, and like I don't not even like literally like physically like hurting yourself, like not like physically like hurting yourself, but like creatively and like mentally and stuff. Like the AI art will never feel that, therefore it will never be able to make art.
To be human.
Yeah, but and then like there's also a lot of people who just don't engage with art really. But,
yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, if you don't like a song, you'll just kind of pass it by or something. But
yeah,
or like a piece of art, a video, some writing, a book. You know, you could always. I don't know, but there are some things that will connect with people. Like, at least from my experience, I connect with music very intensely sometimes, or maybe it's, for some people it's a game, for some people it's a book.
But
story.
I don't know. I just don't think really a lot of people like do connect with like. I don't think they really when they think of art, they think of like the Mona Lisa and that's it. They don't like really think of it. As,
yeah.
Like they don't like
very
really
general.
like ever like actually like try to interact with it, like interpret it for themselves. Which is like why like we kind of have like when I was talking about like the people with like Americans like American Psycho who just think it's like, oh, this Patrick Bateman guy is like really cool and stuff, and like they don't actually see that like that movie is making fun of them, and that like this lifestyle that he leads will like leave you miserable and an empty person. But I don't know.
You kind of have to like be in, at least to an extent, even only a little bit. You kind of have to be an artist in some sort of way, or at least some sort of deep think. Well, I don't know. To just kind of recognize certain messages, themes, or
exactly
to really connect.
Like I think most people like just watch like a Marvel movie and they don't like.
Yeah, like they just watch it for the amusement.
Yeah, I think that
not much else.
There's like the whole thing.
Which I mean I think.
Yeah, that's like
you should have things like that in your life, and if that's all you need or all you have, that's perfectly fine. But there's people like me and you who really look into the messages and themes and all that.
Yeah.
Like why did Jonesy drink the chug jug back in chapter 3 season 5 in Fortnite? And how does that explain the social economic I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think like even that it's like, oh, like I only like, oh, that movie was too sad. Like I don't want to watch it. It's like, well, okay, like that's like are you like I don't know.
Oh, dude. Have you ever watched A Requiem for a Dream? I just watched that.
No, I never watched it before. Definitely, it's on my list.
That's a pretty gnarly movie. Pretty sad. It's about like drugs and that stuff.
Yeah. Ooh. I probably should head out. I probably should head out though.
Yeah, I was about to say I need to use the bathroom.
All right.
I've been holding it.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go goon to some Fortnite Chun-Li.
Right.
See ya.
All right.
And I'm gonna make sure it's AI generated by ChatGPT.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. Perfect.
Right.
This is what God would have wanted.
Bye.
All right.
Talk to you in next year.
All right.
I guess see you in like 2 years.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.